Hello. I think we're live now. I got a lot of people waiting for this. I got 22 people waiting. Hello, people. If you're there, let me know. It usually takes a second for me to confirm whether I'm live or not. Can I get a Sopranos 25 in chat if you guys are here and I'm live? Now down. Sopranos 25. Hey, here we are. Hello, everyone. Awesome. 40 people here. That's cool. Hello, everyone. Happy 25th anniversary to our favorite show of all time. It is January 10th, which means the pilot episode came out 25 years ago on January 10th, 1999. And yeah, we're here to celebrate. Oh, damn, we got 54 people in here. What's up, everyone? How's it going? Hello. I mean, there's so many people chatting in the chat before this, but hello, Ankit. Hello, Andres. Hello, William. Hello, Nathan. Hello, Spurgear. Hello, Chris. Hello, Birdo. Hello, Kurt. There's so many people in the chat right now. I can't call everyone out or else we'd be here all day, but I really appreciate you guys all stopping by the stream here. I know it's a little bit later than I usually stream, but I figured it'd be a good time once I had some time in the evening to do this. Ooh, 71 people viewing. That's awesome. I originally wasn't planning on doing anything for the 25th anniversary. I don't usually celebrate the anniversaries of shows or movies or things like that, just because most of the time it's like there's nothing going on. Like last year was the 24th anniversary, and it was like, the show is still the same after all these years, right? There's nothing new, but I did want to actually stream this time because HBO is doing a whole bunch of stuff for the Sopranos 25th anniversary. If you guys are subscribed to HBO Max or Max as it's called now, you'll know that they've been displaying the Sopranos prominently on the homepage, and there's actually a lot of new behind the scenes stuff, like some deleted scenes, some never before seen deleted scenes, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But it's HBO's not just like tweeting out like happy 25th anniversary Sopranos. They actually are leaning into it, and in fact, there's a number of events going on right now. We'll talk about the TikTok videos. I disagree. I don't think they're bad at all. But yeah, HBO's doing releasing all the episodes on TikTok as like 25-second like clips from each of the episodes, like edited together. And they're also doing a number of in-person events. So right now in New York and LA, there's like pop-up restaurants that are serving Sopranos themed foods. And apparently they're doing like a fan screening of the first episode. In fact, I believe it's Rosalie's actor, I believe, is the one who is hosting that. Yeah, Sharon Angela. She's hosting the one in LA right now. And I was so fucking mad because they announced all this cool Soprano stuff on Monday, like 2 days before it happened. And I live in California, and if I had been given it like even like one more day's notice, probably I would have booked a flight down to LA, and I would have gone down there for that. But I didn't see the announcement until the evening. I was busy during the day, so I didn't see the announcement until Monday evening. And by that point, I think the event had been all sold out and stuff like that. So I was like, oh man, like why couldn't you have just let us like know a little bit ahead of time? I would absolutely gone down there. I've been, for being like one of like the number one Sopranos, I don't want to use the word influencer because it's cringe, but for being one of the main people making Sopranos content on YouTube, it's like I have been screwed out of going to like live in-person events because in Conversation with Sopranos, the show with Michael Imperioli, Steve Sciarippa, and Vinny Pastore, uh, they they tour around and they do like these events where they talk to people about the show. It's a live show, and they almost always do it on the East Coast, and I live on the West Coast, so it'd be very difficult for me to go to that. But they actually were going to come to L.A. In January actually. It was like one of the only times they come to the West Coast. I bought my ticket for that. They were actually going to be at Costa Mesa, California, which you Sopranos aficionados will remember. Um, it's the episode where Tony's in his coma dream. He imagines his life as an ordinary salesman outside of the mafia, and he's attending a conference in Costa Mesa, California. In fact, that the bartender he talks to is like, he's like, what's there to do around here? And he's like, Costa Mesa, it's dead around here. So it was a perfect event. It was like I get to go to Costa Mesa, which is right outside LA. I would get to see the Sopranos people. I get to film a little vlog there. It would have been awesome, but they canceled it at the last minute because Michael Imperioli recently got a Broadway show, so he's is doing his little acting because he's an actor or whatever. So they canceled the show, which I was so fucking pissed off about. So I missed out on that. I missed out on the Sopranos 25 event. There was also going to be a Sopranos convention, which was going to happen in LA. It's different than Sopranos Con. So you guys remember Sopranos Con was on the East Coast a few years back. I didn't get to go to that. That was happening right when I was starting my channel. But the one in LA, so the Sopranos convention in LA, was going to have David Chase there, and it was official. It was going to have a bunch of the actors there. And I actually got, I was going to be invited to that thing as like a special, like, given like a press pass and been allowed to go behind the scenes and stuff like that. That one was actually going to happen, but they canceled that Sopranos event too. I think they thought that not enough people would go to it. So I've been kind of screwed over in terms of like doing like live in-person stuff. But if I lived on the East Coast, I could go to more of that stuff. There was recently a Sopranos party that was hosted at the house that Tony Soprano lived at, the one in North Caldwell. It's not the actual. They filmed the inside of the house on a studio set, obviously, but the exterior shots of the house. Apparently, they had a Sopranos party with a bunch of the actors there, and it was on Halloween, and unfortunately, I couldn't go to that one either. So sucks, but what are you gonna do? But anyway, I figured, what? If I can't go to any of the cool Sopranos stuff happening in person, at least I can chat with all of you guys, and we can celebrate this amazing occasion, the 25th anniversary. And guess what? I got to celebrate the occasion with you guys. Give me a sec here. Look what I got. I got gabagool. Yeah, we're eating good today, boys. We're eating good today. Okay, so by the way, this is something I learned for the first time, and you guys will probably make fun of me for this because I didn't know this before. When I went to my Italian deli, because I got this at a legit Italian deli, they sliced it fresh for me. When I went. You guys will remember I did the... No, stop, Blossom. My dog is like... She smells the meat. She wants some. When I did the 50K... When I hit 50,000 subscribers, I did a live stream where I did a gabagool mukbang. It was the first gabagool mukbang in YouTube history. I'm the first one to ever done that. But I went to the deli and I got gabagool just the same as this time. But apparently the dude told me there's two kinds of gabagool. There's Cappy Cola, because the name Gabagool is not, it's not actually what it's called. That's just the slang term. There's Cap E Cola with an I, so CAPICOLA. And then there's Capo Cola, so CAPOCOLA. And the one with the I is boiled, and the one with the O is cured. And he said the one with the I that's boiled is more like ham. It's very mild. It's not really fermented at all. And I was like, oh, that must have been what I got, because you guys will remember I said that during the live stream. It was I said it was very mild. It was just like ham. And so I got the really fermented one, the Cap O Cola. And he sliced off a little bit for me to try, and this one is way more like fermented. It actually tastes cured. So let's have a little slice right here. This is like the legit gabagool. Like the other one I think was a little bit more mild. This one's actually like it's honestly a little like tough. Like it doesn't just fall apart. It's like it's got some body to it. So let's try it here. This might be my first real taste of gabagool. I know I thought I tried it on the live stream, but this one is different. Yeah, and this one's way better. You get way more fermented flavor. I got the I got the hot one, so it's actually a little spicy. So yeah, that is good. That is way better than the other one. So whatever I said before about the gabagool being like kind of so-so, I said at the time I much preferred other ones like salami or sopressata. That one is good. I would eat that any day of the week. Capo Cola, yeah, way better gabagool. And I got the spicy one, and this one's actually spicy. The last one I got was spicy too, but it was very mild. It wasn't spicy at all. Ugh. I know I've been missing a lot of the chat. There's 124 of you guys in the stream right now, which is awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. Yeah, it's really cool. We get to celebrate this awesome holiday together. I'll try to get to the chat, but you guys might have to repeat your posts if you commented something a while back. I'm probably not going to see it. It's just scrolling by. So go ahead and drop it in the chat again if you had something you wanted to ask me. But I wanted to talk briefly about the new deleted scenes that HBO released as part of the 25th anniversary. So if you go on HBO Max right now and look at the Sopranos page there, they have a lot of the old deleted scenes. Like, to be honest, most of the deleted scenes they showed there, I had seen them before. One of them was like Pussy like getting interrogated by the FBI. That's when he flipped. I've shown that scene before. In fact, there's a video coming out on Monday where I show that scene again. There's some other deleted scenes that I had talked about before. So not most of them weren't new, but 3 of them were never before seen deleted scenes. So they'd never been shown before. One of them was Tony talking to Carmela. It takes place during the episode after Pax Soprano. Because you'll remember at the end of College, the episode College, Tony or Carmela finds out that Tony's been seeing a female psychiatrist. She had been telling him, or he had been telling her that it was a male. He let her think it was a male because he didn't want her to know that he was attracted to Melfi. And remember she's all pissed off in Pax Soprano because of that. And also he like can't get a boner because of the it was the medication prescribed by his doctor. So it takes place at the beginning of that episode, and it's the 2 of them talking about it. And I understand why they cut it. To be honest, most of this is gonna sound like heresy, but most of the deleted scenes, I'm glad they cut them. Like, it's they cut it for a reason. It doesn't like this one. It doesn't really make sense for Tony and Carmela to be talking about Melfi at the beginning of the episode and then talking about her again in the middle of the episode and then talking about her again at the end of the episode. It's like you leave things unsaid. It like boils underneath the surface. So I was glad they cut that scene, but that was one of them. Another one of them is Commendatore. It's the episode where they go to Italy, and in this one, Paulie he thinks he sees Big Pussy like walking on the street, and he follows him. He's like, "Puss, Puss, over here," and it's not Puss. Obviously, Puss doesn't go to Italy with them. But it's kind of weird. I don't know why. I don't know what it's trying to say, because Pussy's not dead at this point. Like, it's not like Pussy. It's not like Paulie is like seeing Pussy's ghost the way that Tony saw Pussy's ghost in the mirror. He's still alive in the episode Commendatore, and they don't think he's a rat yet. So it really doesn't make sense for Paulie to be kind of not hallucinating Pussy, but like seeing him where he shouldn't be seeing him. But he follows him, and then when he finds out it's not him, he's like, "Oh, sorry." But when he's there, he sees the prostitute that he sleeps with. So you guys remember that scene in Commendatore where Paulie sleeps with a prostitute in the hotel, and then he's eating the fruit, and he's like, como se dice, steroids, and she's like, steroida, like you remember that scene. This is where he finds the hooker. She's a streetwalker. So again, it's not really an important scene. There's no reason for them to have like seen that. But it's interesting. That's where he got the prostitute, which I that wasn't really an open question. Like, I wasn't like left wondering like, where did Paulie get the prostitute? He just found her. She's just a prostitute. Now, the third one is the most interesting one, and in fact, I was actually wondering if maybe I could watch it on stream with you guys. I don't think it'll get the stream flagged because it's a deleted scene, right? Like, it's not gonna get the stream flagged, right? If I do that. But this one is actually interesting. This one, I get why they cut it. It's too long. It just messes with the flow of the episode, but it's interesting. So, we will watch that towards the end of the stream here. So I'm gonna keep you guys on the hook for a little bit, but we can watch a deleted, never before seen deleted scene together. But that'll come a little bit later. You gotta, I gotta milk this stream for all it's worth before we jump into that. But yeah, and all the rest of the deleted scenes are stuff that I had seen before. You can find most of them on YouTube. Just look up Sopranos deleted scenes. But that's most of the content they released. Yeah, the Tid IXD. Yeah, one of them is the grocery store scene with Paulie, where Paulie is annoying Tony. It's when they're fighting about the lawn mowing business, Feach Lamana. One of them is that scene, yes. Yeah, he gets the cheap beer, exactly. There's almost 200 people on here. That is true. We are at 175. I have not had a stream be this successful, probably since I was doing the waifus ranked. That was a good stream. That was a really, really good stream when I ranked all the women of The Sopranos. And yes, I know I need to rank all the men. I'm just struggling to figure out how I'm gonna actually do that. Like, they all get Fs, right? Like, it's not like the women. The women run like a real gambit between the ones who are like crazy and you really shouldn't be with them versus the ones who are relatively normal. The Rosalie Apriles, the Charmaines, the Adrianas, the ones that are like, they'd be great. The men are all Fs. Like, you should not want to be with any of the men. And it's not just sex, right? I didn't just rank the women on like the sexiest, because that's really like subjective. Like, they're all beautiful. Like, I don't know how to rank some of these women above each other, but I took their personalities into account. And if I did the same thing with the men, they're all like fucking Fs. Like, you shouldn't want to be with Tony Soprano. You shouldn't want to be with Christopher. They're awful, awful people. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could rank them on looks, but again, most of them would probably be low for me. The only male character I find sexy in all of these television shows that I review is Don Draper from Mad Men. Obviously, he's gorgeous. But all the rest of the men, they don't, like, even though I'm obviously gay, like, they don't do anything for me. Let's see here. Absurd Existence. How you doing? Absurd Existence is another content creator. The boldest thing Tony did in the entire series was turning his back on Vito when Vito's medication hadn't worn off yet. No, I think no. At that point, didn't they know that Vito was a bottom? Because he was catching, not pitching. So he wasn't worried about turning his back to Vito. He was worried about turning his front to Vito at that point. I don't know. These guys are funny anyway. Thank you for the $5. Let's see here. Yeah, Furio. Okay, I would rank. I mean, Furio's awful too as a person. I mean, like, he beat the shit out of that woman, and that guy who ran the massage parlor. So, with personality, Furio is also really down there. But in terms of looks, yeah, Furio's pretty good looking. Yeah, I would say he's probably the best looking out of the main Sopranos cast. Furio is loyal, the perfect man. I mean, definitely, I think he'd be less likely to cheat, probably. I don't know though. He'd probably only be loyal if you're Carmela. He liked Carmela a lot. Vic Busto. Yeah, Vic Musto's another one. I don't often think of the one-off side characters, but you're right. Vic Musto would be, I think, a relatively good choice. I don't know. He's handsome, and I mean, it was kind of implied that he slept with all the women when he did the jobs at the houses, like the wallpaper. Like, it seemed like his sister, Dave Scatino's wife, it seemed like she knew his habit of, like, because she warned him. She's like, don't try your usual stuff with this one, because, she's married to a gangster. So it seemed like he had done this more than once. So maybe that's a strike against him, but at the end of the day, that's pretty low when it comes to the womanizing we see on the show. Did Johnny Sack physically kill anyone? I don't think so. Not with his own hand, no. I mean, he kicks the shit out of I don't even remember, like, that guy who works for Ralph. Donnie K. Is it Donnie K? I think it was Donnie K he kicks the shit out of. So we know Johnny Sack can throw down, but I don't think he ever actually I don't think he physically kills anyone on the show himself. He's too high level for that. He doesn't get his hands dirty like Tony does. Yeah, Vic Musto did kind of look like Mel Gibson. You're right about that. Let's see here. Did you watch Keister PSY's new video, Sopranos X Grand Theft Auto 6? No. I've seen a few Keister PSY videos. That name is familiar, but I don't know the content off the top of my head. is it like Pertinax's, like where he edits the Sopranos characters into video games? Because I love Pertinax's channel. One of the best Sopranos creators out there by far. I mean, he's not like solely Sopranos related, but he's edited the Sopranos into Skyrim a lot. He's edited them into like Fallout. He's edited them into Mario Kart. Pertinax does great stuff. So if it's similar to that, I'll check it out. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I saw someone posted asking for me to live stream playing Sopranos Road to Respect. Uh, in the truth is, I've got it working. I set up an emulator on this computer, and I can play Road to Respect, and I could stream it. However, here's the problem with Road to Respect. It's full of copyrighted music and it's full of nudity. Now, even though it's, PlayStation, 2 era graphics, I'm still worried the video would get pulled or demonetized or something like that. So I had to kind of figure out how to do that safely. I'm not too worried about the nudity. Like if the video gets demonetized, it's whatever. But I'm worried the copyrighted music could get it automatically taken down. So I might have to play with the sound off, which kind of sucks because the voice. Maybe I can turn the music off. I didn't look into settings yet, but maybe I could turn the music off and then leave the voices, because the voice acting is the best part, right? You get to hear Tony's voice and stuff like that. But I don't know 100%. I have to experiment with it. Play it on Twitch. Here's the problem: if I do that, no one's gonna show up. Like it is so hard to get people to click onto a new link. Like even if right now all 190, we're getting close to 200 viewers right now. Even if I told all like 100, 200 of you, like go, here's the Twitch link. Go watch me on Twitch right now. I guarantee you, like 10 or 15 people would do it. It's very few people will click off of YouTube to another site. It's so hard. Like internet people know that. They know that every click you ask the user to do there's a very good chance you lose them at that point. Which is why these social media sites and stuff strive so hard to never ask you to like click away to something else. They want you to stay within the platform. Yeah, very few people would show up to my Twitch account. You would go to Twitch, freelance generalist. Well, you're a real one. I do have a Twitch. I think it might even be linked in the description of this video, but I don't really ever do anything on there. If I stream games, I'll stream it on the main channel, just because this is where everyone is, Yeah, I don't even really like watching Twitch live myself. I love watching highlights of Twitch on YouTube, but I just don't like the ads on Twitch. I don't like the user interface. I much prefer YouTube. Let me tell you a couple of 3 things. Your content's got me through high school and the first year of college. Pure love, pure Kino. Oh, that's awesome. That is. So you must have just recently gone to college, because I've only been doing this for like this 2024 will be my 4th year, because I started in 2020. So you must have just gone to college. So that's really cool. I'm glad my content could help, man. Funny enough, a content creator who helped me through high school and college is a guy named John Graham. He's the guy who made RB and the Chief. I loved his content. I followed him, and he got me through a lot of rough times in my life. And one of the really cool things about this channel is I got to meet John. I've had him on the podcast like 3 times now, and we've actually become, somewhat of friends, even though we never met in person. But that's been a really cool aspect of my life. I actually got to be on one of the last episodes of RB and the Chief, so I got to be a voice actor on that, which was awesome. So easily one of the best things about this channel is that experience. Yeah, my dog is a Maltese, little Cosette. You guys want to see her? I have the meat right here. I don't want her to. If I bring her up here, she's gonna freak out about the meat I have on here. Give me a sec. This is Little Blossom. She is a Maltese. She's a little over a year old. She's normally cuter than this. We had to have her shaved because her fur was all matted. But she when she has long hair, she's actually very cute. Yes, yes. Crawl under there for warmth. Or I'm gonna eat her. Every single fucking stream I have her in the background, it's always the same jokes. It's always either I'm gonna sit on her or I'm gonna eat her for lunch. Oh yes, you guys are so original. I get so many. Being an Asian Sopranos content creator is great because there's only like 2 or 3 memes about Asians in the Sopranos, and you guys repeat them over and over again. I'm either the Asian hitman, the guy who beat the shit out of Junior, or the guy who took the real estate exam or the stockbroker exam for Christopher. Those are the only 3 Asian characters I could be in The Sopranos. Um, or I guess it could be Mr. Kim, but mostly Mr. Kim is my dad. You know, I'm not old enough to be Mr. Kim, so um, yeah, that's the experience of being Asian in the Sopranos community. Don't like Kino. You love to be compared to the Hitman. He is cool. I will admit he's got the most riz out of any of the one-off side characters. That Asian Hitman. So, um, yeah, it is honestly pretty cool. Or a Rinkin Continental. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Cataracts. I get it. Yes, yes. Wes Caldwell. Wes Caldwell. You guys are so fucking funny. You could be that hot girl's brother. You know what? I don't know how many of you guys noticed this. Maybe I noticed it because I'm Asian. You're talking about Mr. Kim's daughter, the one who Tony and Christopher were hitting on, and she was gonna work as who's gonna do the books there at the massage place. That girl is not Korean. That girl is like Filipino or something. I looked it up one time. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but she is not Korean. You could instantly tell that what that is like. That's a Filipino girl. Now maybe you could say that Mr. Kim married a Filipino woman. Like he didn't necessarily have to marry another Korean, but honestly, an old school Korean guy like that, he probably married a Korean woman. So it's like instantaneously I knew that is the wrong type of Asian they cast there. It's funny how much David Chase was so specific about the Italians, right? He got every like Italian like specifically from New York. He wouldn't even let like Chicago Italians play New Jersey mobsters, but he got that fucking Asian girl wrong. If I was the showrunner, I would never let that happen. Do you think there could be another Sopranos show, but with another American minority group? I always tell people my dream would be if I got to make my own television show, I would make the Asian Sopranos. Like I would make a show just like the Sopranos, but instead of Italian gangsters, it would be like Asian, not like Triad or I would go lower than that. I would go like Laotian or Hmong gangsters. I think that would work for the Sopranos kind of like low key vibe. But we'll see if Hollywood ever lets me run my own show. For dumb people like me, how does one tell the difference between different Asian backgrounds? I mean, you can't always tell, but um, I mean, for me, it's really easy to tell the difference between East Asian people like Korean, Japanese, and some Chinese, although Chinese is actually a very diverse group, versus Southeast Asians, which are your Thai, your Laotian, your Filipino. Filipino is usually very distinct because they're mixed with Spanish a lot of the time, so they have a very distinct look. The one that can be kind of hard is Vietnamese because they are Southeast Asian, but Vietnamese people can look a lot just like Korean people or Chinese people, or like they look, they're hard to nail down sometimes, but um, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's just like you could probably tell the different specific ethnic groups of whatever race you are, just because you're familiar with them. So I obviously, the second I saw her, I was like, yeah, this woman is Filipino, or maybe not Filipino. She could have been, I don't know, Lao or Thai, or I mean, there's other ethnic groups, but she was obviously Southeast Asian. She wasn't East Asian. What's my background? I am quarter Chinese, quarter Japanese, half Mexican. So even though I know I always like tell everyone I'm Asian, I'm actually half Mexican. So, and I know that makes me very hard to place too. Like, I'm sure a lot of people find me very hard to be like, are you Korean? Are you Filipino? You look kind of both. Yeah, kind of like Emilio. Yeah, exactly. Although I don't think Emilio was. He might have been Filipino. Honestly, I don't know, but he didn't look Filipino to me. The name Emilio kind of implies he's Filipino, but to me, he looked more like Vietnamese. But I don't really know, honestly. No, there's not. I'm not offended by any of those questions. Yeah, yeah. Remember, okay. Remember Pearl Harbor. That's the other joke. Yeah. Can I speak Spanish? No, I can't. I took like 4 years of Spanish in high school, but no, I never. I If you don't practice it, you lose it. So I don't. I don't speak Spanish. You look South Chinese to me. Yeah. Isn't Koyama Japanese? It could be, but Emilio, that name just screams Filipino to me. So I don't know. What's your second favorite show? The Wire. Number one, Sopranos. Number two, The Wire. Number three, Mad Men. Number four, Breaking Bad. You have a really nice speaking voice. Thank you. I'm very insecure about it because I feel like I always sound, my voice always sounds very nasally and stupid in the videos. But um, I know my voice doesn't sound like, everyone's always surprised when they hop into a live stream or they see me show my face on a video or something like that. They're like, "You're Asian," and like I understand. My voice sounds probably pretty white. Yeah, I've never. I my voice is not like, I don't really have like a stereotypical Asian accent or even an Asian American accent. Like usually you can tell Asian Americans from their voice, even if they're raised here. But um, yeah, surprisingly, my voice is just kind of very hard to place. You have a voice ready for the radio. I guess that's better than saying I have a face made for the radio, huh? Like, oh, go back to just don't show your face in the videos anymore. Just show the clips. We don't want to see your face. Uh, I like the one that says some pulp. I thought about getting the pulp again, the orange juice with pulp. It honestly wasn't very good. Like orange juice tastes gross. I liked orange juice when I was a kid, but if you get like orange juice in a carton or stuff at the store nowadays, it's gross. It tastes like very bitter and sour. I don't know why I used to like orange juice back in the day. I'm watching you while stuck in traffic. Don't get into an accident. I'm on my phone all the time when I drive, and I've gotten into accidents like that. Neil says, a face meant for the radio and a voice made for print. That's a good one. You have a radiator. Yes, that's true. So, I got that portable radiator right there. Like I said before, I'm on California. We don't have radiators. We have like central air. And so I never had a way to make like grilled cheese on the radiator, but I bought that one specifically so I could make grilled cheese on the radiator. I'm gonna make a cooking with Kino video about that. But I actually really love this thing. It's quiet. It doesn't make any sound. I have a little heater behind me, but it makes noise. So like right now, if I was cold, it'd be hard for me to run it because it would make noise while I'm streaming. But that radiator is awesome. It just like it heats up the room, but it's like makes no noise. I love it. Like the people who invented radiators knew what they were doing. Um, so that thing is gonna be covered in either butter or mayo. No, I'm gonna put it between two slices of paper, just like they said. I made it before because I wanted to try it out to see if it worked, and it does work. Yeah, we will be doing a cooking with Kino video soon about that. Um, Favorite Sopranos episode. I've said this before. My favorite Sopranos episode is From Where to Eternity. And the reason for that is because when I was watching the episodes for my Soprano log series, I watched that episode on my birthday with my friends. It's a really, really great memory. So From Where to Eternity is my favorite. Kino, do you think Livia would have testified against Tony for the tickets? Do you mean would Livia have done it like theoretically, or would they have written that as the story? I think she would testify against him if it benefited her, but I don't think they would have done that in the story. Tony would have reconciled with her, and they would have kept going on. Obviously, Tony's not going to jail in the middle of the third season, right? That's just not happening. We'll have another little bit of gabagool here. Kino, have you watched Generation Kill? Oh, yeah. I've seen Generation Kill like 10 times. I talked about Generation Kill in my Wire video, my Wire retrospective, all the pieces. The best miniseries of all time by far. Maybe second to John Adams. John Adams is really good too. But Generation Kill is fucking awesome. It is like The Wire distilled into 7 episodes. It's fucking sick, dude. I love Generation Kill. I cannot recommend it enough. If you guys have HBO, go watch it. Like it is so fucking good. I watched Generation Kill for the first time, and then I immediately replayed it back from the beginning. I just watched it straight through again. That's how good Generation Kill is. It is fucking incredible. Yeah, it's made by Ed Burns, the guy who made The Wire. Not David Simon. David Simon didn't make The Wire. Ed Burns made The Wire. And David Simon made it too. But Ed Burns deserves half the credit for The Wire, and he deserves probably three-fourths of the credit for Generation Kill. Because he actually was a Marine. A man must have a code. Hashtag Sopranos 25. Can we get some hashtag Sopranos 25s in chat, everyone? It's so awesome that we're here on the 25th anniversary. Yeah, this is awesome. I get to celebrate the 25th anniversary of my favorite show with all of you guys. I get to eat some fucking delicious gabagool, and this gabagool actually is delicious, not like the other one. We're all together, we're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna watch a deleted scene later. This is awesome. So happy Sopranos 25, everyone. Here's to another 25 years. The content you produce is awesome, Kino. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Here's to another Sopranos spin-off movie. Hell yeah. Here's to the Many Saints 2, everyone. Electric Boogaloo. Now with 50% more Harold. Oh god, I can't wait for the Many Saints 2. It's gonna be so awesome. uh, hey, handsome. Hello yourself, G. Um, I always love watching your videos. Keep up the great work, man. Thank you, JJ. Um, Imagine if Noah was the one who shot Tony. He didn't shoot Tony. He punched Tony's lights out. That's what happened. Have you seen Ozark? No, I've not seen Ozark. Kino, we need more Phil Leotardo videos. I made a video about Phil Leotardo. What else is there to say? Yeah, I that was a good video. That Phil video did really well. I don't know if you guys listened to my podcast, my solo podcast, Into the Kinoverse. The link for that is in the description of this video. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to Spotify where I host the podcast. But I talked about this where I just got a donation for 10,000 COP. I don't know what COP is, but it's $2.55. Thank you, Samuel. I'll talk about that in a second. But in my podcast, I talked about how at the end of the year, at the end of 2023, I really honed in on my formula. And I made a lot of videos that did really, really well. The Phil Leotardo video, the Jackie Aprile video, the Junior video, the Feach Lamana video, the Ralph video, even the Hank video from Breaking Bad. Like, they got a lot of views. I really honed in on my formula at the end of the year, and I had a very, very successful Q4 of 2023. And it's all thanks to Phil Leotardo. I think that was the first one I did that really took off like that. So, yeah, thank you, Phil. Samuel Zapata says, "Hi, Kino. Have you watched 6 Feet Under? If not, I recommend it. It's my top 2. My top 1 is The Sopranos. I send you my greetings from Colombia." Ooh, that's awesome. Colombia. It's Colombian pesos. Oh, okay. So you're a narco, Samuel. That's where all this money's coming from, isn't it? You're laundering your drug money through my channel. Is that it? That's awesome. Thank you, Samuel. Cheers, brother. I would like to go to Colombia one day. Seems like a cool country. I'm going to Ireland this year sometime. All you gotta do is put a woman in the thumbnail and you get 500,000 views. Like, no lie, that video I did where I talked about all the mistakes I made in the Soprano logs, and I put that thumbnail of Meadows dancing. The reason I put that thumbnail was not to farm clicks. It's just, like, since that video covered all of the Soprano logs, I didn't have any one specific episode to draw from. So I was like, well, if I can pick a shot from any of the episodes, because I talk about all the episodes in that episode, I'll put that picture of Meadow dancing. You know, it'll get some views that way. And that video is getting close to hitting 1 million. That will be my 3rd video that hit 1 million views. My the most important episode of Sopranos video I did, it's at 3.5 million views now. And that little Carmine video just hit 1 million, and I made an announcement about that. But that one is coming up there. So you're right. Put Meadow in the thumbnail. Put Caitlyn in the thumbnail. It does really well. You smashing Meadow? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, she left Patrick Parisi for me. Oh, you guys are Medellin? So you're with Pablo's. You're with the Medellin cartel, are you? I got you. No, I know people who went to Medellin. They say it's really nice there. Let's see here. Skip Ruggiero for $1.99. Thank you, Skip. Would you watch the Colombian show Patrol del Mal? I don't know what that is, and obviously I don't speak Spanish. Maybe if they had an English translation, I don't know. I really want to watch Metastases, the Colombian remake of Breaking Bad, but I can't find. They're all on YouTube, but I can't fucking find any English translations. Like, there's no subtitles for it. It sucks. I really want to watch it, like, just to see the slight difference. I would make a whole video about that, but I mean, I don't know. Like, the only way I could do that is if, like, someone translates it for me. But no, I'm not gonna, put all the work into translating the show. So I really wish they would release Metastasis with English subtitles. Ever try reaching out to get on Robert and Jamie's podcast? They know about me. Pajama, like, you guys, Robert and Jamie had a podcast called Pajama Pants. It ended eventually, and now they're on their new one. Which they're gonna do a special episode for Sopranos 25. But they know about me because they commented, or at least someone on their channel commented on that video I did about the Super Bowl commercial. You guys remember the Sopranos Super Bowl with Meadow driving the EV truck? They commented and they said, "Great job, Kino," on that video. So it's possible it's someone on their social media team, but I like to believe that either Jamie Lynn or Robert Eiler watch my content. I know there's like a very slim chance of that, but I choose to believe that Jamie Lynn watches my stuff, and she's also probably in love with me. So, anything is true if you believe it, Skip for another $1.99 says El Patron del Mal, so the bad boss, basically. Thank you for another $2. Even though you were just correcting the typo on your previous one, but I appreciate that. No, I think it would be hard for me to watch a show in another language. I don't even watch anime unless it's dubbed. Like, I don't. It's like, I don't like watching subbed stuff if I can avoid it, just because I find myself always just reading the subtitles instead of actually watching the show. I just kind of, my eyes are only focused on the bottom half of the screen when I should be watching the whole thing. So I don't like subbed. I much prefer dub, even though I know people hate that. Kino once convinced a woman he was Simu. I don't know how you pronounce that name. I know it's the guy from the Marvel movie, and then he was in Barbie too. Yeah, I know who that guy is. Hottest girl on the show is Gloria. Don't at me. The hottest girl on the show, like, in terms of looks, for me, is Valentina. I think Valentina was the hottest woman on the show, physically. Svetlana was pretty hot too. I like Svetlana. Simu Leo. Okay. Thank you. D-Girl was the hottest. I don't like redheads. I've said that before, surprisingly. I know some of you guys are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't like redheads. I just don't. I like dark-haired women. The only redhead who I obviously love, because obviously, is Joan from Mad Men. She's amazing. But they don't do anything for me. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I like brown-haired or black-haired women. Obviously, there are attractive redheads. I'm not saying I'm not attracted to, the gorgeous redheaded actresses in the world, but I'm saying their red hair is not like a like oh my god, like there's some people who like when they see red hair they're like oh my god I want her so badly because of the hair. For me, I find redheaded women hot in spite of their red hair. I'm saying the red like the fact that they have red hair doesn't like excite me in and of itself. It's their face, it's their body, whatever, you know. It's like blonde, I mean blondes too. Blondes are great, don't get me wrong. But my preferred hair color, I like dark hair. I don't know, I do. I don't know what to tell you. You're probably gay then. I thought that was obvious by this point, isn't it? Isn't it completely obvious by now? um let's see here. My dog's name is Gabagool. He's a sausage dog. Oh, that's cute. Oh, your profile picture is the dog. Oh, that's cute. Oh, he's a little the little wiener dogs. That's a cute name. I like that. If I told you my dog's name is Blossom, if it was a boy, we were gonna name it Bubbles. Um, my wife named it after the Powerpuff Girls, but the Bubbles name for me was also Bubbles from The Wire, Bubs. You know. Let's see here. Does your wife know you're gay? Yeah, she's my beard, so she knows. Kino, you need to watch The Shield. It's potentially on my list. I might watch The Shield one day. We'll see. Um, your defense of AJ was spot on. Yeah, I like that video a lot because I think it was important to defend AJ. I think a lot of people misunderstand him as a character, and he's for me he's like the family are like the most important characters on the show by far. AJ, Meadow, and Carmela are besides Tony are the most important characters on the show. Who's your favorite character that's not Tony? My favorite character who's like my favorite one-off like one like individual season character is Richie Aprile. I love Richie. My favorite recurring character who's like a main cast throughout the whole show is Junior. I love Junior. You like that deleted scene where Paulie meets the hooker? Should we watch? Should we start watching the deleted scene now? Let's see here. I got some more super chats to get through. Please rank the seasons by cinematography. I don't know how to do that, man. Honestly, the cinematography is like the least important thing to me. Yeah, AJ pulled hot women throughout the show. Rhiannon, Devin Pillsbury, and Blanca. Yeah, they were all hot. The one and only JJ for $4.99. Thank you, JJ. 20 years in the can, I wanted to watch analysis videos. I compromised. I watched Kino on YouTube instead. I do make analysis videos. That's the one thing I do. Thank you, though. I get it. Thank you, JJ. Best Sopranos channel. Thank you, KD. Samuel Zapata for another 4,000 pesos says, "Do you think Bobby can be considered a good person?" If graded on the Sopranos curve, sure. I mean, he's still a murderer and a mobster, but in terms of like the Sopranos crew, yeah, he's probably one of the better gangsters. Okay, let's watch the deleted scene here, the one I want to watch. So let me pull it up here. It's from the episode Kennedy and Heidi. I think it takes place at the beginning of the episode. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull it up. Again, this has never before been seen, so it's not been on any DVD sales. Give me 1 sec.
That is so mean.
What?
Oh, you know what? I need to plug in my headphones because otherwise you'll hear it on my speakers and from the desktop audio. So give me 1 sec. Okay. Are you guys ready for a Sopranos deleted scene? Let me switch to browser. Okay, so now we're going to, or let me switch. I want to move this over here so I can keep seeing the chat. And now let's go to browser. Okay. So you guys can all see this? All right. Hopefully it's not too loud, and let me know if it is, but I think it should be okay. This is from the episode Kennedy and Heidi.
They have something going on.
It's the episode Christopher dies.
Tony, Carm.
Hey, sweetie.
Hello. Come on in. Oh, hi, guys.
Hi, everyone. So we caught you in the middle of something. I'm sorry, Tony. We should
That's
have called.
Kelly Moltisanti.
Come on in, come on in. Chris will be so glad to see you. He's in the great room.
We were passing by on our way to the boat, and it hit us. Maybe you'd want to come. You know, we're taking up the Hudson to Piermont, sort of spur of the moment.
Yeah, there's a new Tuscan place up there.
Shoot, that would have been so great. Oh, Chandrakanta. Oh, hi.
This is like 2 or 3 minutes long.
Tony, Carmela, Sal, and Chandrakanta Pisano.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Their daughter Debbie is upstairs asleep with Kate. They had a play date.
Play date. She's 8 months old.
We just go.
You were the one who said we'll have a drink.
I was just nodding my head to be polite.
I said I'm a major fan of The Usual Suspects. This is some pleasure to meet you. Danny goes, that's my brother. I go, I'm sorry, Stephen Baldwin, of course. So he go, what are you doing here?
We should have called first.
Yes, this is a deleted scene.
It was a spur of the moment.
Oh, what are you kidding? What are you drinking? Alan Rita, you know. These are our neighbors, Howie and Ellen Reinstein. Rich and Laura from our Mommy and Me group. Our cousins, Tony and Carmela Soprano. And in this corner, Joe Lewis and her husband, Mark. Joe did the publicity for the movie, but I don't think you met.
No.
I'm having my usual Canada Dry Club, VSOP, but name your poison.
I think we should go.
Yeah, we were just stopping by on the chance you were free. We're taking the Stugatz up far as the Tappan Zee.
The baby would love that.
New Tuscan place up there.
We should have called first.
Welcome to stay. I'm just gonna grill some sausage. Whole thing just sort of fell together.
Well, thank you, but the harbor master's waiting for us. We've got to unlock the
You can
shore.
tell the video quality is a little bit lower in this than the normal series. They haven't done the post-production stuff on this.
So,
I'll walk with you. I got a call from John Stefano. Some bullshit at the transfer station. Fucking Phil ain't letting John drop his asbestos from the rip and skips no more. Phil says you want to talk about it, you gotta come to New York.
So you guys remember
So
Kennedy
shut
and
it up.
Heidi opens with that meeting about the asbestos business.
This just sort of fell together.
I don't gotta explain.
This must have been the first scene of the episode because
The harbor master's waiting.
they
We
cut
want them
that.
to feel obligated.
It's kind of ridiculous.
What, are you all pissed off we didn't get invited? We were the rude ones showing up here like this.
Rude. No such thing as rude amongst family.
They have Sunday gravy with us and your sister every week. You ever think we could all use a break? I get bored with it. I could cry.
But you don't. You do what's necessary. Who are these people?
Remember, Chris was being isolated from Tony already.
You know, the Spider-Man 3 screening is next week. I bet I could get you in.
That would be fantastic. I should probably meet Tobey Maguire.
Fine.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care.
Good night. Bye. Are you okay?
Huh?
You're so wired.
Wow, look at this mess.
Leave it for now.
We'll talk about the scene afterwards, guys.
I'll tell you something else. Fucking Tony this afternoon. You see that pissy look on his face? That was intentional, to ruin my day.
Well, they probably knew the party didn't just fall together. Obviously, we'd all gotten sitters.
So fucking what? This is my house. I'll invite who I want.
Sweetie, Tony and Carmela open their home to us constantly.
Yeah, right. Fucking Roach Motel, and we're the roaches who can't get out.
Chrissy, that is so mean.
What? Look at me with the fucking sugar. That's the stress from him.
Wipe your mouth.
It's the same molecule as alcohol, you know, except there's one extra chromosome. So what does that tell you? That's another thing. Our new friends don't give me shit for my sobriety. They cheer me on.
So I was trying to change something right now. One of my lights went out. Let me switch back to the face stream. I was trying to move some stuff, but the wires are all crossed. Yeah, so let's talk about this scene, because like I said, the other ones, as interesting as they are, I don't want to show too much of them. Even though this is a deleted scene, I don't think it's even. I don't think HBO cares that much. But I wanted, the other two are not really that important. They're just kind of scenes. But this one is actually kind of interesting. So yeah, as you guys all pointed out, Tony is very bitter when he sees Christopher socializing with other people, because one, they don't like their people associating outside of the family or whatever. But two, it's more than that. Like, Tony and Christopher had been growing apart. We saw that in the last episode before he died. Because of Christopher's sobriety, because of the conflict between the two of them about the movie, about Christopher wanting to go to Hollywood rather than be a mobster. There's this distance between the two of them that's been festering for a long time. And this kind of awkwardness there is, I really liked that scene. I liked it with Tony and like, it's very friendly on the surface, but you can tell that they're not comfortable around each other anymore. And that's a feeling I've experienced viscerally. Like, it reminds me a lot of my own interactions with family like that. So I thought that was very interesting. I could see why they cut it, just because it kind of messes with the flow of the episode. Like, Kennedy and Heidi opens. Sorry, my dog is messing with the wires. Kennedy and Heidi opens with that meeting. You remember, they meet with Phil in New York about the asbestos thing, about not being able to dump the asbestos in the New York dumps anymore. So it kind of messes with the timing a little bit of the episode. I can understand why they cut it, but I thought it was pretty interesting. That was the only one with like some depth to it. No, this is not on the Blu-ray. The three scenes I talked about before are never before shown. They've never been on the DVD before. They've never been on any promotional stuff. HBO actually released some completely new deleted scenes. So yeah, that's it was like Christopher's acting with the sugar, I thought was kind of weak. If they were gonna include the scene, they probably should have done another take of that. But it kind of it undercuts a little bit of the shock when Christopher dies at the beginning of Kennedy and Heidi. It's very shocking. No, I don't want to play the other two just because I don't really want to get in trouble with HBO. And I told you before, they're not really that. They don't really add anything. I described them earlier at the beginning of the stream. You can go watch them. They're on HBO right now. I don't love doing reaction type content like that just because I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh, you're right. Tony did have a line about how was the party at the house. Right? Yeah, you're right. Actually, I didn't even realize that, but that's true. That's what it was referencing. We won't rat you out. I don't trust you guys. Um, those actors must have been pissed that their scene got cut. I mean, you're there to work, right? You're not there to play necessarily. I really want to turn this other light on. Give me one sec. Oh. Wait, now I dropped the wire. Never mind. Oh, that sucks. Oh well, we're half in the dark now. How much for the dog? Do you guys know how much this dog cost me to get like a specific breed that you want? Because my wife wanted a small, cute dog, and you don't get those at the pound. This dog cost me $900. It's insane. No, my dog's name is not Cosette. They're just joking. Her name is Blossom. Did you catch that the people knew who Tony was? Oh yeah, they know. Everyone knows. In New Jersey, everyone knew who Tony was. He was a well-known gangster at that point. They should have given Kelly more scenes in the show. Okay, so that was the other interesting thing about this episode, or this clip. We got to see a little bit more of Kelly's personality, which I actually think undermines the whole thing about Kelly, which is she kind of doesn't have a personality because she's a rebound from Adriana. Christopher just married the first agreeable woman he found because he was trying to get over Adriana. So I think the fact that we don't know a lot about Kelly or see her through much of the show is a statement about Christopher. So I actually think it's important that we don't have too many scenes with Kelly. Standard poodle can be 300 or 3,000. Yeah, dogs can be very expensive, like designer dogs. Plus, everything's fucking expensive nowadays with inflation. Yeah, the whole Goodfellas thing about never associating with outsiders. Yeah, that's true. Although, to be fair, Tony tried to associate with Doc Cusimano in season 1, so, fuck him. Long-term parking truly shattered me. That's a heavy episode. That and Employee of the Month. Those are both very, very difficult episodes. Kino, what do you think about Jeannie Cusimano's actress also playing Joan Cusimano? Well, they're twins. That's the whole point. They're twins. The same with Patsy Parisi and his brother Philly Spoons. Look at Kino impulse eating the gabagool. Yeah, I eat beef and sausage with a fucking carload. Happy 25th anniversary to The Sopranos. Happy New Year, Kino. What's your favorite episode? Everyone, Sopranos Theories is here. Go check out his channel if you guys want some more Sopranos content. How you doing, man? We also did a podcast episode together. Favorite episode? I said this before in the stream. My favorite episode personally is From Where to Eternity. Just because I watched that episode on my birthday with my friends and it was a really memorable experience. my favorite episode. Someone else asked this earlier. What's my favorite episode objectively? Like, what episode I think is the best? And it's probably Whitecaps, right? Whitecaps is the best episode, like point blank. Although long-term parking is up there. Sopranos Home Movies is up there. In Camelot is up there. A Hit is a Hit is probably the best episode objectively overall. It's just a masterpiece of acting. Yeah. Any of the episodes with Tony Blundetto, those are probably the best episodes overall. I'm just poking, but I actually do like all those episodes. But people think those are the worst. Yeah, meow. I like the one where they went to Italy. Okay, we got to talk about Pine Barrens. We got to talk about how I feel weird saying this, but how just overrated Pine Barrens is in the Sopranos community. Like, there were people who were so mad when I did my top 10 episodes list. They're like, where the fuck is Pine Barrens? And I'm like, I don't know, guys. I feel like if Pine Barrens is your favorite episode of the show, you're kind of a normie. Like, I'm not trying to be mean about that, but I just feel like, I don't know. It's like saying your favorite movie is like Citizen Kane. Like, it's so popular. Like, you should pick other ones besides that. Express more of your individuality by picking one of the many other great episodes of the show. I'm not saying Pine Barrens is a bad episode. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I actually think you should, if you're introducing someone to The Sopranos, you should start with Pine Barren. I think it's a great episode to introduce someone to the show. But I'm just saying, if it's your end-all, be-all favorite episode, like, come on. There's a lot of other great episodes you could pick. Like, I mean, obviously picking Whitecaps is also a very normie answer, but I don't know. It's still, I think, a little bit of a better choice than Pine Barrens. Pine Barrens is entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I just, there was so many people who were like, how can Pine Barrens not be your favorite episode? And I'm like, because I'm trying to pick some of the more lesser known episodes here. For All Debts Public and Private's very good episode too. Do you smoke cigars? Yeah, I smoke cigars, Nathan. I love cigars. I used to smoke cigarettes back in the day too, but I quit. The greatness of The Sopranos is you can't pick one episode. That is true. It is so hard to pick one individual episode. College. Yeah, College is a really good episode too. Do you have a favorite beer? I do. My favorite, like, I assume you mean brand of beer. My favorite beer is Einstock. It's a Icelandic white ale. It's kind of like a Blue Moon, but just a little bit better. I love Einstock. Besides that would be Guinness. I really like Guinness too. I like dark beers. I don't like IPAs. I hate IPAs. I can't drink them. But yeah, I like Einstock. I like Guinness. And then honestly, I'll drink like a Bud Light or something too. I'm not picky. Favorite scene? I don't know. That'd be really hard for me to pick. My favorite line from the show is, I got the world by the balls, but I can't stop feeling like a fucking loser. Because I feel that way, honestly. I feel that way about my life. I don't know if that counts as a scene, but that's my favorite line. let's see here. Can you recommend me an online cigar retailer? No, I usually buy it in stores. Do you have any local cigar shops where you live? Those are base, dude. Cigar shops. You can smoke in there with all the old men. It's awesome. I love it. The only thing that would make it better is if cigar shops had a little bar where you could drink some whiskey with your cigar. That would be based. Ooh, Billy Whispers. Damn, we have a lot of content creators in here. This is like the Sopranos creator jubilee here. You got Sopranos theories. We got Bully Whispers. I don't know if Absurd Existence is still here or not. I might have hopped off, but he made a Sopranos video too, so he counts. We have a great community here, the Sopranos community on YouTube. Like, we have some amazing content creators, all the people I just mentioned. We have fucking great viewers. I recognize a lot of your names from comments on the videos. The Sopranos community is fucking amazing. And I'm so... Oh, yeah, Absurd's still here. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we got all Sopranos theories, are you still here too? Because we got all you in chat right now. This is awesome. Yeah, Macabre Story. You know what? I'm gonna text Macabre Storytelling. I'm gonna tell him to get his ass in my stream. If you guys don't know, me and Macabre Storytelling co-host a podcast together. It's called No One's a Critic. But you're right, he is also another Sopranos creator. Yeah, I was saying, like this community is so fucking awesome. Like, I love, like, the Sopranos community is seriously the best online community of any of the different, like, media franchises or whatever that exists. Like, you know, the Breaking Bad community is okay. I think they're a little up their own ass sometimes. The Wire community is like part of the Sopranos community. I feel like there's so much overlap between the two, but the Wire community is great too. Better Call Saul community doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. But yeah, the Sopranos community is so awesome. It's so friendly. It's so funny, and I love that there's this ecosystem that exists with all of us here. Borko is another great creator. I've been a guest on his streams. He was the first guest on my podcast. Borko is awesome. His Discord is a lot of fun in there too. He started Discord recently. So yeah, we've got some amazing people in this community, and I think that's what Sopranos 25 is all about. Like, it's about celebrating the community that exists around this show that has endured for 25 years. Can you guys believe that? Like, 25 years, and there's still so much fucking interest. There's so much interest in The Sopranos that 175 people will sit in a stream of someone who wasn't even a part of the show, who's just like some douchebag on the internet, talking about the show. Like, that is incredible. Like y'all are awesome. I love this community so much, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. The only thing holding back the Sopranos community is the overuse of the varsity athlete punchline. I will say, the Sopranos Reddit, they meme a little bit too much. Like, you can't even have a serious discussion on there about, like, what do you guys think this scene means? Because they'll be like, you know, the first comment will be like, this guy must have been at the top of his fucking class. So I wish the Reddit would let people be a little bit more serious about the show sometimes, but hey, you know what? It's Sopranos, right? The Sopranos was full of fucking memes. Kino, what I love about the Sopranos community is we can take criticism much better than Breaking Bad fans. I'm both, by the way. Yeah, there's a lot of overlap. But every time I tell someone something I don't like in Breaking Bad, I get blowback. That's true. The Sopranos is so good that it's like even if someone has a problem with it, it doesn't really matter. Like if I said I don't like Pine Barrens, I think it's a little overrated. Like no one cares because they know I love every other episode of the show too. So, and I do love Pine Barrens, but you know it can be a little bit much sometimes. Yeah, some stunod podcasters talking about the show. Who are the famous Sopranos fans? Um, I guess whoever was in the Superfan episode of Talking Sopranos, which I was not. I applied to get on there, and I did not get on. Sopranos Theories got on there, which was really cool. I was glad to see he got on there. Sopranos Blueprint, too, who's another creator who I've had on my podcast as well. She got on Talking Sopranos, too, but I didn't. Steve Shrippa motherfucked me. I guess Steve's got a problem with me personally. Have you been to Holston's? Yes, I've been to Holston's. I actually filmed a vlog where I went to Holston's. And I also went to the original Satriale's meat market. So that's on my channel. Look up Pure Kino Sopranos vlog. I did go to New Jersey. Yeah, he hi-hatted me, exactly. Which character do you relate to the most? I mean, probably Tony, right? Like, I mean, that sounds like I'm trying to like play myself up, like, oh, I'm this fucking badass or whatever. But no, I mean, Tony's like just a very human character. Like, I relate to him. I relate to his situations. Rank the seasons. I've done this already, guys, but season 2 is my favorite. Then season 2, season 4, season 6, which I'm counting as one season, all of season 6. Season 3, season 5, and then season 1. I think season 1 is the weakest season. Which is another controversial topic I have. A lot of people are like, "You're crazy. 1 is the best," but no, I think 1 is the weakest season. Did you have to audition for Talking Sopranos? Yes, I didn't make it, unfortunately. Have you been to the Bing? No, I've not. Satin Dolls is what it's called in real life. I'm not crying. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm congested all of a sudden. It might have been from talking so much, but I feel like very nasally. I've been like putting it up against my nose, but I don't know. Maybe it's the gabagool, but I feel like my nose is clogged up now. So and I feel congested. I feel like there's mucus in my throat. I relate with Ben Kingsley. So you're a douchebag, Bully Whispers. Is that what you're saying? Let's see here. The owner of the Bing. It's not the Bing. It's called Satin Dolls. Yeah, Pete Davidson's another huge fan of The Sopranos. Apparently, he got on Talking Sopranos. I did not. There's a cover band playing "Don't Stop Believin'." Where? Where are you, Baron Saturday? Um, have you seen the Skyrim Sopranos videos? Yeah, from Pertinax. I talked about him earlier in the stream. I love his videos. Pure Kino. What the fuck kind of name is that for an Italian? I'll have you know I was named after Mr. Bobby Darin himself. Ralph, or what's his name? Ralph Kino. I forgot how he said it. Walden Robert Cazotto. That's what it was. Walden Kino Robert Cazotto. I liked your Sopranos Dark Fantasy video. Yeah, thank you, man. That was cool. I used Midjourney for that. I mean, they made those for like Breaking Bad. They made it for all this other stuff. I was like, let's make one for the Sopranos. Which one is the best sidekick? Christopher Moltisanti or Jesse Pinkman? Oh, Jesse Pinkman's better. If you wanted a sidekick, pick Jesse Pinkman, not Christopher. Christopher sucks as a sidekick. He will betray you. I've been I'm trying to look up to see if anyone has posted pictures of what's going on at the Sopranos 25 at the Alamo Draft House in LA. If anyone's down there, although if you're there, I don't know why you're watching my stream. Let's see here. Nope, no pictures or anything. So if people are there, they're not taking pictures of it. Let's see here. Currently watching season 2 of The Sopranos on VHS. Old school, I like it. Physical media is important nowadays. I have the Sopranos DVD set behind me. Although a lot of the DVDs don't fucking work. It's pissing me off. I got ripped off. 25 years. I'm watching this live from Saudi Arabia. It's 6 a.m. Fuck my work. I want to hang out with the Sopranos community. That's awesome. I mean, I know there's people who are watching this from England, or I mean the UK or Ireland or stuff. South America, we had some Colombian people. Now we got Saudi Arabia. That's awesome. We got people all over the world part of this community. It's cool. The deleted scene made me realize that both Tony and Walter couldn't stand when Chris and Jesse started thinking for themselves. That's true. That's a recurring theme in both of their storylines. Noah's talking about drafting someone from The Sopranos, and I immediately thought of the fantasy draft that me and Bully Whispers did on his channel, and right away Bully responded to that comment. Yeah, we did that. We did a fantasy draft, and we drafted the different gangsters. What's the most outlandish take you've heard about the ending? That it's a statement about the end of television, that like the audience gets whacked, which I get it. Like I think it is to an extent, but I think that's kind of thinking like too much about it. Although there is some truth to it. I wish they made the Sopranos Blu-ray collector's edition box set with cool accessories. Yeah, I mean there's a bunch of behind the scenes features that I didn't get to watch all of them because the fucking DVDs don't work. The thing cost me like $60. Kino, I once played wiffle ball at a field featured in a show in a scene with Janice. You played wiffle ball with Janice? That's cool. Was she good? Kino, I feel like watching a movie tonight. What do you recommend? I mean, are you gonna like? Do you have like every streaming platform that you can watch it on? I mean, I don't know. My favorite. You just want to know what my favorite films are? Once Upon a Time in the West, No Country for Old Men, Training Day, and Reservoir Dogs. Those are my 4 favorite films. So, one of those is what I'd recommend. We're gonna watch Tombstone. That's a good movie too. Oh yeah, I did see a bunch of the DVD features were on the 25th anniversary thing. I'll watch those sometime. I think a lot of them I did see on the Blu-ray already. It's hard to tell just from the thumbnail. But yeah, I'll make the effort and go through those eventually. Like the B side of Don't Stop Believin', it was Any Way You Want It ending. Oh, did you guys see that edit of the ending of The Sopranos on YouTube where they set it to Anything You Want and it's like the happy upbeat ending? That's a really funny video. I like that one. What's Training Day? Oh, brother, Training Day is like one of the greatest movies of all time. Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke. It's fucking badass, dude. I love that movie. Have you heard of My Blue Heaven? No, I think I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it. No, I've not seen Fargo. Every goddamn stream I get asked like if I've seen Fargo. I'm going to watch it eventually. I'm so deep into the Mad Men retrospective though right now that I have to focus all my time on that as well as making other content. So I oh, by the way, next Monday, Martin Luther King Day, I'm gonna stream a Mad Men research stream. I'll make an announcement about that sometime this week. But Monday the 15th, I'm gonna be streaming about Mad Men, doing research for my retrospective. So if you love Mad Men, you want to talk about it, hop in that stream with me. Do you consider the Many Saints canon? I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't I? I mean, it literally is. The fucking I'm gonna make a video talking about the timeline issues in the Many Saints, but I think it was intentional. Like the timeline issues in the Many Saints, it's about the unreliability of the narrator, essentially. The Many Saints isn't canon in my book. Well, it's a good thing your book don't mean who gots to me. Have I seen Reservation Dogs? No, I've not. Are you going to talk about how you do the research on the stream? Sure, maybe. I mean, I'm literally going to be doing research on the stream. Like, from you guys. Like, it's the same thing I did with Better Call Saul. I had the research stream where I pitched my kind of analysis of the show, and I got feedback from you guys about, like, I agree about this thing, or I disagree about this thing, and here, have you considered this part, or have you considered this part? So it's a research stream to help me kind of get ready to do my Mad Men retrospective. If that makes sense. Um, let's see here. Watch Yellowstone. I've heard Yellowstone's not that good. I don't know. Yeah, I love Reservoir Dogs. It's one of my favorite films. Yeah, I've seen There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, it's a great movie. I've seen Yojimbo. Yes, I have. No, I've not watched Entourage. It's not my kind of show. Um, the Nickelodeon movie with Gibby. Yeah, that's another video I did that did really well. Nikki Deuce. Nikki Deuce. My favorite film of all time. I love The Sopranos. Never seen Mad Men. It's a good show. You might not like it. Not everyone likes Mad Men, but it's my number 3 favorite show. I've seen Raging Bull. I watched the first 2 seasons of Barry. I honestly didn't like Barry. I know that's controversial. I just didn't like Barry, honestly. Skip Ruggiero for another $1.99. Damn, Skip, you giving me like over $5 already. You don't need to give me any more. But Skip says, would you ever cover the DeCavalcantes and Vinny Ocean? Maybe. I'm not really like a mob historian. Like I say that in all of my videos, guys. Like I'm not an expert on the mafia. I'm an expert on like analyzing story in like television and fictional television shows. Like I understand the storytelling process. I understand how to analyze what scenes mean and character arcs and stuff like that. I'm not an expert on the mafia or organized crime in general. So, I maybe I would talk about the inspiration behind The Sopranos, but yeah, I'm not 100%. Yeah, Skip's paying me. He's with the FBI. He's they're giving me money in exchange for being an informant. Has anyone ever sent you a Sopranos cast cameo? Yes, Nathan, they have. Oh, sorry, the mucus. I got a cameo from Ray Abruzzo, the actor who plays Little Carmine. He sent me a cameo reacting to my Little Carmine video. One of my friends paid him to do that, but yeah, he reacted to it. He went above and beyond. He liked the video. Have a lot of you guys not seen that video? Because I posted it on my channel. In fact, you know what? You guys want to watch it? We can watch that video. All right. Let me switch to the browser. But of all the Ivy Leaguers on the show, the dumbest of them all has to be Little Carmine.
Hey, Daniel.
Let me turn it down, sorry.
Ray Abruzzo here. I played Little Carmine on The Sopranos. Hey, listen, I got to tell you something. Kino, certain friend of ours, I don't want to mention any names. Okay, Matt. He reached out to me, did kind of an end run around you, Kino, because he thought that you and I should have a little bit of a sit-down. Now, Danny boy, I don't want to call it a sit-down due to the inclement negative implications, so let's just call this a meeting of minds, shall we? The purpose of which, can you guess? Yeah, I have to give you some credit. You did a nice job
This is so cool.
pontificating and whatnot about certain aspects and certain incidents that had expired during the course of the run of The Sopranos that you felt the need to talk about and maybe give your opinion about certain things. I was very impressed with quite a bit of it. You seem to have done a lot of research. I have a couple of bones to pick, a couple of, like a sticking post. I agree.
He's so
Little
great.
Carmine didn't always use the best words, but to say that makes him the stupidest. I mean, everybody thinks Tony's the big genius. He's the smart guy. Who's the guy that said AJ makes a molehill out of everything? Or that he had an albacore around his neck? Come on. Every one of them used as many malaprops
That's true.
as Little Carmine.
It's a valid
And I also
criticism.
want to add, you did have some insights and inputs, as we like to say, about his awareness of who he is and where he fits in the world, and also his understanding of other people's predicaments. I mean, when he has to sit down with Tony to try to go to see Uncle Phil, he's very sensitive to Tony about Tony's situation with AJ, though, what he's going through. I mean, he's the most sympathetic. Everybody else does a lot of ass kissing with those situations.
Very
But
high
Little
emotional
Carmine
intelligence.
is seriously interested and caring about what Tony's going through emotionally. And also at the scene at the golf course, the mellifluous box scene, beautifully written by Terry Winter, I might say. There's a lot of insight in there. You picked up on a lot of it. I will give you that. But I mean, there were subtle things. Like they ordered different things. You noticed that. Philly cheesesteak, seared ahi, mixed greens. He orders an Arnold Palmer iced tea. Now, you know what? Make that an Arnold Palmer. I always enjoyed these, but it never occurs to me to order one. Why does he do that? Because he realized he's sensitive enough to have noticed the rift, the distance between him and Tony in their lifestyles and everything, and he found common ground, even if it's in a glass of Arnold Palmer. So, Arnold Palmer, very famous golfer, he invented this drink and he called it the Arnold Palmer. All right, that's neither here nor there. But I just want to say, with all the work that you're doing, these videos that you're making, you're on the precipice of an enormous crossroads. I will give you that,
So
Kino.
cool.
All right, my friend, I did appreciate everything you said. I don't know if I agree with your conclusion, but I think basically you're right. I will say he's not the stupidest of all of them. Please. He has more insight about life and his position in the world and how other people view him and what's important and what's not important. So let's face it, he might not use the right words all the time, but he's the smartest of the group. Still living happy. Beautiful Nicole, she's waiting for him with the drink, light dinner if he jumps in the pool naked. What's better than that? All right,
wife
Kino,
was hot, too.
Daniel, you keep up the good work. Most importantly, Kino, enjoy your success.
It's so cool. Oh, I love this so much. I couldn't see the chat the whole time I was watching that, but yeah, it was so great that it brings a smile to my face. Like my friend Matt, who runs the Atlanta bar, I got to give him a shout out because he got that for me, and it was a Christmas gift, and that's honestly one of the best things of all time. I linked to that in the pinned in the description of that video. So I got to give him a shout out. That was so awesome. You know what's so funny though? Ray obviously liked my video about him because he watched it. It wasn't just like a hey, happy birthday, Kino, talk to you later kind of thing. It's like he legitimately watched the video and like had criticisms about it, and very valid criticisms too. But when I reached out to him directly and I was like, hey, do you want to be on my podcast, talk about the show? He didn't respond. He saw the message. It was I reached out to him on Instagram, but he didn't respond. So I get it. He's busy. But I was like, come on, dude. I made like a really good video about you. I'm not just someone who's like, like I understand the character. Yeah, that's I love that video so much. It's so cool. Yeah, he loves he loves me like a brother-in-law. Yeah. He's like, good video, but I don't want to talk to you individually. He's worried I would call his character dumb. How do you think Gandolfini's early passing affected the mythos and status of the show? Probably a lot. I mean, I think like him dying has cemented him as this legend where, you know, he died relatively young, like 51. Like it's he wasn't old. And definitely if he had lived and if he had maybe like done something that people didn't like, it might have hurt the legacy of the show, right? You know, the same way people don't like, a lot of people don't like Michael Imperioli because he's super liberal or and stuff like that. So it kind of hurts people. People don't like him as much anymore. But James Gandolfini dying made it so basically he's perfect in our minds. Like he can do no wrong. Which I don't think he could ever do anything that would make us hate him, but definitely like the longer people, it's like they say in The Dark Knight, right? You either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So who knows? He might have tweeted something sometime that people didn't like or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. That is true. Billy Whispers said that he was paid not to be on The Office. They were. If you guys watch The Office, the main character Michael leaves, and then there's 2 seasons without him. And they were originally thinking about casting James Gandolfini as the new boss, because one of the writers, B.J. Novak, was a huge fan of The Sopranos, and they were in real discussions about that. But yeah, they didn't. HBO didn't want him to do that because they're like, it's gonna mess with The Sopranos legacy to see you as the lead on a new show. So he was James Gandolfini was also going to be the lead on The Night Of, which I have not seen, but he filmed the pilot, but they had to recast it because he died sometime after the pilot. Nathan asked if he'd be a Trump supporter. I think he'd be. I think he's very liberal. Again, I think a lot of people would be pissed if they heard him sharing his kind of liberal politics. I've said this before so many times, though. You guys have to understand that every actor is probably very liberal. Like you don't make it in Hollywood very far without being that way. I mean, yes, you got people like Drea De Matteo and Vincent Curatola who are very, you know, conservative, and that's probably kind of hurt their careers, honestly, a little bit. But yeah, you can't become a mainstream Hollywood actor without being pretty liberal. It just doesn't, like, not necessarily like a conspiracy against them even. It's just like that's the culture of Hollywood. So people naturally who are like that gravitate towards Hollywood. So yeah, I mean, like David Chase is very liberal. Terrence Winter is very liberal. Even the people. Like I always said, it's funny that The Sopranos appeals to a lot of conservative people when its creators and its makers were very much, you know, the typical Hollywood liberal types. Let's see here. How many of these actors do you think are lying about their political beliefs? I don't necessarily think they're lying. I think, you know, it's just and again, there's a whole spectrum of political beliefs, but I just think that's naturally who gravitates towards acting, right? Like, very conservative people don't like to put on makeup and wigs and go do theater, right? Like James Gandolfini was a huge theater person. Michael Imperioli is a huge theater person, right? It's hard to imagine, like, Republican people wanting to, wear tights, and do stuff like that. So it's not even that there's a conspiracy against conservative people. It's just like the people who gravitate towards acting tend to be more liberal as a result. Like, it's how it is. You're right, Michael Imperioli was in The Office. They reference The Sopranos in The Office too. Yeah, there are definitely conservative people too, but you know, it tends to be, if they're conservative, they're like moderate Democrats, if that makes sense. It's like it's very rare you'll find like hardcore Republicans going into like the acting field. It's not their thing, you know? Kino, have you seen the bits of Sesame Street with the Sopranos actors? Yes. James Gandolfini being scared of the dark. Bobby and Paulie with Ernie, Bert and Ernie. Yeah, they're funny. Did you play the Sopranos game? I did a video about Road. You're talking about Road to Respect. I did a video about it. I actually have Road to Respect set up to be emulated on this computer, but like I was saying it earlier in the stream, I don't know if I'll be able to play it on stream just because there's so much. How do I say this? So much like copyrighted music and nudity and stuff like that. So the video might get taken down. Yeah, Chris Pratt, I think he's more conservative, but like I said, he's probably, if you had to put him on the spectrum, he'd probably be like a moderate Democrat, like a conservative leaning Democrat type. Like, I really doubt Chris Pratt is going to like Trump rallies and stuff, right? It's like, even when they're more conservative, they're the conservative end of liberal. Like, that's just how it is. I'm not making a judgment either way, for or against that, by the way. I'm just saying that is who gravitates towards Hollywood. That's who gravitates towards acting. Kino, have you ever thought that Paulie may be the one who ordered the hit on Tony? Yeah, I mean, I've talked about that. Where would you put David Simon on the political spectrum? I don't know what. I don't want to say anything bad about David Simon. There's enough animosity between me and David Simon already, so he doesn't like me personally. What do I think of Gotti 1996? It's a really good movie. Michael Francis says Gotti 1996 is the most accurate mob movie of all time. David Chase gonna tell us what happened on his deathbed. I mean, David Chase already told us what happened. It's in the show. Like, if you just watch the show and understand what David Chase was trying to say, you'll understand the ending. There's no ambiguity about this. Tony died. Like, it's pretty set in stone. It's not really as ambiguous as people make it seem. Happy 25th anniversary of The Sopranos. What's the best place you've gotten gabagool? Well, the only place I've gotten gabagool is this Italian deli that I go to. And like I said, this gabagool is delicious. The one I got before, the boiled one, was not as good. This gabagool, and let me show you guys on screen here. Really good. It's like very firm because it's been cured. Great marbling. It's delicious. I love it. You know what's funny about David Simon? One of my Discord users, because David Simon blocked me, so I can't see his Discord anymore. We got into a little tiff. On Twitter. But David Simon, someone asked David Simon if he watched hentai, and he legitimately responded. He said, "I don't." I'm like, David, why would you even respond to that? Why would you even acknowledge that question? David Simon is one of the creators of The Wire, along with Ed Burns. Ed Burns deserves at least 50% of the credit for The Wire. I will maintain that till the day I die. But he's like, I don't, period. Like, he put a period on the end too. Like, he was like serious about it. And I was like, David, what the fuck? Like, if someone asked him, I was like, David, do you watch cartoon porn? He's like, he took the time to respond to that. Like, why? Don't you have something better to do with your time? And by the way, the thing that me and David Simon got into an argument about was because I called him out. He made this big fucking stink of quitting Twitter once Elon Musk bought it, because he's like, Elon Musk is a neo-Nazi. I'm not supporting his platform anymore. And I'm like, and he joined again, and I called him out for that, and that's why he blocked me. He said he's there. Okay, hang on. I think I'm back again. Oh, let me turn that off. Am I back? Can you guys see me holding up my hand? I think I got it back up online. Is this 5? Okay, so okay, I'm back. Okay, cool. Give me a sec. Hang on. Okay. Can you guys believe that David Simon took down my stream when I was just talking shit about him? He got the government to fucking take my stream down. Yeah. Right when I was talking shit about David Simon, that's when it happened. That's not a coincidence. And I guess I lost a lot of my viewers during that downtime too. Is that okay? It's climbing back up. Okay, so okay. So what I was saying was, I called David Simon out for coming back to Twitter when he made a big stink about quitting, and he's like, "I'm just back here to support the Writers Guild strike that was happening at the same time. I'm here to draw attention to it." Then he called me fuck nuts and banned me. The Writers Guild strike has been over for fucking months now, and he's still on Twitter arguing whether or not he watches hentai. So I feel vindicated in saying that David Simon was not actually being... David Simon just wanted to come back to Twitter. So exactly. So that's the whole conflict between me and David Simon. Yeah, the wire. Yeah, they got a wire on this stream now. That was the government tapping my stream, because of course only people who are subscribed to my channel can watch the stream, and they didn't want to do that. So They had to get an illegal wiretap. Yeah, that was me getting whacked right there. That was the stream ending. We truly live in an era in which drama showrunners argue about literal animated porn on Twitter. I mean, he didn't argue. He was just like, like one of my Discord followers asked him like, "Hey, do you watch hentai?" And he's like, "No, I don't." He sent me a screenshot of the thing, and I was like, "Okay, I gotta save this because it's funny." Yeah, remember 10:37 EST o'clock. That's true. I saw the Virgin Mary. Kino, how's the Emerald Piper? Yeah, I saw my dad there in hell. Yep. Ugh. Pete's your favorite character in Mad Men? I like Pete a lot. Like, Pete's a very underrated character in Mad Men. They flipped Kino quick. Yeah, when they flip you, they want to get your stream back up right away, that very day, so you don't have time to think. I'm not going anywhere, guys. Although I might get some more Coca-Cola. Give me a second. I'm gonna go grab a little bit more Coca-Cola, and we'll keep the stream going. As long as you guys are still good to hang out. I mean, I still have 100+ people in the stream right now. I'm down to keep going. We can keep talking about Sopranos shit. Keep talking about whatever. Just let me go use the bathroom and grab a little bit more Coke. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, I got a super chat while I was gone. Damn. I am the best streamer of all time. Diego Diabolical for $1. Thank you, Diego. I don't know why you gave that to me when I was off stream, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Kino, you sound like a racehorse piston in there. Do you want to take me to a ball game after this, Oblong? It's silver. This is a silver anniversary. Coca-Cola. What do you got? Food poisoning? No, I love Coca-Cola. That's the one thing I'm addicted to in this world is soda. I quit smoking. It wasn't a problem. Quit smoking weed. It wasn't a problem. I wasn't addicted to it. I can give up video games. I don't give a shit. But Coca-Cola, I can't give that up. No, I don't like Diet Coke. I think it tastes gross. This is actually Coke Zero though. I actually think Coke Zero tastes fine. It tastes just like regular Coke to me. Where do we watch that deleted scene? On HBO Max. Soda over booze? Yeah, I like whiskey, but I don't need to drink. I actually don't really like drinking that much. I thought about getting like some whiskey to celebrate with that thing with you guys, but one, I'm already fucking exhausted because I worked all day today, and I was like, I'm gonna pass out if I drink. No, down. Diego Diabolical for another $2. Much love from Militant Defiant, East Texas Hardcore. What's that? Militant Defiant East. I'm googling if that's something. Oh, I see your Twitter handle here. Is that your band? Oh, I think it's a band, isn't it? Is that your band? Oh, that's pretty sick. Maybe I'll listen to some of your music. If I play your music, you're not gonna copyright the stream, right? Okay, I'm gonna play your first song here, Militant. Is that okay, Diego? I'll wait for you to confirm it's okay. I also got $5 from Jim Harrington. Thank you, Jim. Some people are so far behind in the race they actually think they're leading. Coke Zero is also the best. Yeah, it's good. And 0 calories. Although I hear the artificial sweetener is bad for you too. Everything's bad for you. Kino, you sound too friendly right now. Give us your thoughts on El Camino again. El Camino is a terrible movie. Yeah, I meant this kind of Coke. Yeah, that kind. Have you visited any Sopranos landmarks at all? Yeah, I did that vlog. I went to Holston's, and I went to Centani's Meat Market, the original meat market from the pilot. It wasn't Satriale's in the first episode. El Camino Many Saints comparison video. Maybe one day. That would take a lot for me to want to make a video about both of those in one thing. How Machiavellian is Diego Diabolical? I like that video series that you do, Bully. I like that you have like a philosophical lens. You look at the shows through a very like philosophical, like the laws of power and Machiavelli. Like it's It's a very unique way of looking at the show. I think that's really good. Let's see here. Did you go to the Bing? No, I did not go to the Bing. It's not the Bing in real life, guys. It's called Satin Dolls. It's not called the Bada Bing. Yeah, they took down the Satrial's exterior. That's why I couldn't go to Satrial's. I had to go to Sendani's. Do you think The Sopranos is a dead brand? Of course not. Bro, we had almost like 200 people in the stream to celebrate the 25th anniversary. And I'm not even like a soprano, like I'm a nobody. Like The Sopranos is here to fucking stay. 25 years later, people are still fucking interested. History major, philosophy minor. Oh, that's sick, dude. I love history. Although I didn't like studying it in school. Because the history you learn in school is kind of lame. The history you learn on your own is awesome. Kino, you're somebody. I know. I'm a celebrity. I'm an online celebrity. Let's see here. Has anyone ever told you look like Eric Kahn? I don't know who that is. Let's see. Someone told me I look like someone else recently. Like another... I don't look like this guy. Fuck you. You just think that... You think all Asians look alike. I don't look like this guy at all. Someone said I look like another content creator. I don't remember who it was. I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, I actually do look similar. I think it was in the last stream I did, the chit chat room, because I got mad because they said that he looked like a more muscular version of me, and I was like, oh shit, you're right. This guy's jacked. That means I'm the off-brand one. I had a friend one time in college, and a girl said that he looked like a better looking version of me, and that made me really mad. And then I looked at him and I studied him for a minute. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he is a better looking version of me. Sar PH Abade says, or I guess that's the currency. 3.99 SAR. I don't know what is SAR. Saudi. Okay, oh Saudi. That's cool. Thank you, PH Abade. The Sopranos isn't going anywhere. Basically found new blood with the younger generation. Oh, that's right. I wanted to talk about the TikTok. Oh, excuse me. People didn't like that. Matt Ogus. I think that's who it was. I think that was who's better looking than me. Yes, it's who it was. Okay. Was that who it was? It was someone like that. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like a more jacked, better looking version of me. Yeah, I could see that. It depends on some of the pictures, but in some of them, yeah, I could definitely see Matt Ogus, yeah. Anyway, yeah, you're right, that's who it was. Sorry, anyway, I got off track. I wanted to talk about the TikTok thing. So some people were upset that HBO was releasing these 25-second edits of the episodes. And I thought it was great. I was like, this is great. It's going to introduce a new generation to The Sopranos. a lot of young people really gravitate towards The Sopranos. Like they relate to it. Like The Sopranos is really relatable to young people. Like the first line that Tony has in the series, or not the first line, but he's like, lately I'm getting the feeling that I came in at the end, that the best is over. That a lot of people feel that way, and so I think introducing The Sopranos to more young people is only a good thing. So I don't mind that they did a TikTok episodes. I think it's cool. Like, I got introduced to The Sopranos through YouTube clips. So, you know, like, who gives a shit? As long as it encourages people to go watch the original, like the full version. Like, who cares how they got introduced to it? So I thought the TikTok videos were a great idea. Apparently, Breaking Bad is very popular on TikTok, so I don't know why The Sopranos... Oh, now my other light went out. I don't know why The Sopranos wouldn't be. Yeah, the pandemic definitely helped The Sopranos' popularity, too. Okay, PH, let me look at your question. I don't see it, dude. Just repeat your question, PH. I don't see it here. It's not... Oh, wait, never mind. I see it. Okay. 46 long. Cold opening. When the ex-mobster says, you're always going to have organized crime because people want gambling and porn. Silvio says, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. I think he was actually talking about people and say, I want to quit, but the people want me back to do things, to do mob things. It's kind of hard to tell what you mean by that. But you're saying that Silvio's saying, I like, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. It's a statement about how people want mob stuff. Is that what you're kind of saying? I guess that could be it. I gotta go to bed now. See you, Kino. No problem, man. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, Sopranos memes are great. Yeah, I love Sopranos memes. If you had to sum up the message of The Sopranos in one sentence, what would it be? Cunnilingus and psychiatry. That's the message of The Sopranos. No, for me, the single line that defines the show the most is, I got the world by the balls, but I can't stop feeling like I'm a fucking loser. I said that before, but that really is the show in a nutshell for me. Nothing will ever beat the Walter falling over meme. Yeah, that one's a good one too. Don't get me wrong. I feel like The Sopranos is mostly popular in the East Coast. Yeah, definitely. I think there's more of a following on the East Coast compared to the West Coast. But what can I say? I'm holding down the Sopranos fort here in the West. Like I'm the shining beacon on the West Coast of Sopranos love. I think that's true too, because I think all the Sopranos content creators I talked about earlier are on the East Coast. Like Bully, I think you're on the East Coast, aren't you? Oh, you're on the West Coast? I thought you were on the East Coast. Okay, I guess it's the both of us then. Because Sopranos Theories, I know, is on the East Coast. Macabre Storytelling is in the East Coast. I think. Most of the Sopranos actors live out there. So yeah, there's definitely more of an East Coast like sensibility. Don't grab the world by the balls. I mean, what else am I supposed to grab? You know? Blueprint, yeah, Blueprint is on the East Coast, you're right. I think a lot of the Sopranos Twitter people are on the East Coast too. West Coast, Best Coast? No, I don't know about that. I'm in California, but I don't love it. I'm not moving though. California is my home. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, time immemorial. The Sopranos guy, who is another Sopranos Twitter account. I've had him on my podcast. He's in England. And then there's Borko out in Serbia, so it runs the whole gambit. Does Italy like The Sopranos? I don't think The Sopranos is super popular in Italy. I think someone said that yeah, in Italy they don't watch the show as much. Kino, we're making some rice pudding. You want some? Yeah. Give me some. True. Lots to hate, but lots to love in California. Yeah. There is definitely a lot to hate out here, but it's my home. What can I say? I don't think I could survive anywhere else. The Sopranos is huge everywhere. I'm Australian, and everyone here loves it. Yeah. It's definitely popular in other countries, too. It's still great. Can you imagine bonding with someone over The Sopranos in a country where you don't speak the language? Well, this stream's a great example. We've got Australians, we've got Saudi Arabians, we've got Colombians, we've got Irish, we got Japanese. I know there was a Japanese guy, Kaiwan Calendar, if he's still here. I don't know, but he's Japanese. I know we have some Turkish people in my Discord, some Indian people. So yeah, I mean we run the whole spectrum. I'm almost done with season 4 of the show, and I've been following your Sopranos log as I go on. That's cool, man. A lot of people have told me that. A lot of people have told me they're watching the show along with my Soprano logs, which I was so surprised about. I didn't think anyone would do that, but that's really cool. I appreciate that. How old were you when you first saw the show? Oh, I was in college. It was like I think I first watched the show in 2016. So like 4 years before I started making content about the show. So I didn't grow up with The Sopranos at all. Bro, we can't hear a word. Sounds like you're whispering. Fix your mic. Is that true? Can you guys not hear me? It's looking like it's pretty high on the Yeti. Can hear you loud and clear. Okay. I moved the mic closer because I watched my my last stream and the volume was pretty low. I had to turn up the volume on that. But I moved the mic close to me, so I feel like it's fine. Turn up your fucking phone or whatever we're watching this on. I feel like a lot of new people watching The Sopranos grew up in the early 2000s. I grew up during that time, seeing all the old TV and older Escalades definitely feels nostalgic. Yeah, like I said, the Sopranos appeals to a lot of young people. I think it's really cool. A lot of young people really gravitate towards the show. I mean, it's just so perfect, right? It's just such a perfect show. It's hard to even imagine sometimes, like, just how good The Sopranos is. Like, there's very few good shows out there. Like I said, The Wire, Mad Men, Breaking Bad, and there's a handful of other ones that I like, but there's nothing that's as high quality as those 4 shows. And I guess you could throw in Better Call Saul, even though I have my criticisms of it. You know, you can throw in Better Call Saul. I guess some people would throw in Boardwalk Empire. I wouldn't necessarily put it in the same league as these other shows. Then you have some other stuff like Deadwood, but Deadwood was canceled. And then there's Rome, but Rome was canceled too. Twin Peaks, I can see why people put it on there. I don't really like Twin Peaks. I've said this before. I don't quite get Twin Peaks. And the parts that I do understand, I don't really like. It's a very like groundbreaking show. And the first season's really good. But like the second season's bad. Like really, really bad. Like there's some good elements in season 2, but there's some really bad writing in season 2 of Twin Peaks. And I tried to watch season 3, I just couldn't follow it. Like I put on a couple episodes and I had no idea what was going on, and I just couldn't keep up with it, so I stopped watching it. So I can't judge season 3. But season 1 is really good. Season 1 of Twin Peaks is really good. I will admit that. I've not seen The Shield. I know people say it's good. Sons of Anarchy I've not really ever seen. I don't have a huge interest in watching Sons of Anarchy. I haven't seen Peaky Blinders. I don't know. I'm pretty good about judging a show based on what I've seen about it, but I actually don't really know anything about Peaky Blinders. I might watch it one day. We'll see. Do an analysis of SpongeBob? Yeah, maybe. True Detective. True Detective is a really good show too, although it has a shitty second season too. But season 4, Night Country, is coming out in a couple days. I'm excited. I don't care that it's 2 female cops. I don't give a shit. It might be bad, who knows? But I'm excited. I'll watch it. I'm gonna post my reactions to the show too when it comes out. Peaky Blinders is Sons of Anarchy without bikes. Okay, that doesn't sound like a great recommendation. And they said also someone said Peaky Blinders is just a bump above Boardwalk Empire. Okay, so not the best recommendations. What are your top comedies in general? It's Always Sunny, Arrested Development, and South Park. Oh, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Favorite Roger quote from Mad Men. I like the scene where Don asks him, "What do women want?" And Roger's like, "Who cares?" That's such a funny line. Let's see here. Fargo. Yes, everyone recommends Fargo. I'll watch that one day. Love your videos, bro. Thanks for your hard work. I appreciate it, Nelson. Thank you for being here. Definitely do a review on a new season of True Detective. I'll do a reaction. It'll be on Kino Studios, but yeah, I'll post a reaction. Favorite South Park episode? That's tough, man. I don't There's so many great episodes. I like season 10. I remember I really liked season 10 of South Park. I remember thinking, man, this is like a perfect season. But I don't know about an individual favorite episode. There's too many. There's too many great episodes of South Park. Yeah, no, I can't pick an individual one. I was trying to debate it in my head, but no, I can't. There's too many. Number one in the hood, G. I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Revenge of the Moonanites is my favorite episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's a good episode. Futurama. I liked Futurama before they canceled it. And then when they brought it back, I wasn't as much a fan of the newer episodes. But yeah, the original run of Futurama is really good. Much love, man. Great content. Thank you, Xander. Second favorite series after The Sopranos? The Wire. I said that before. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Yep. No, I haven't seen Spinal Tap. Rick and Morty? No, I don't like Rick and Morty. I liked some of the earlier episodes, but man, Rick and Morty is up its own ass. I really, because I'm a huge fan of Community. I should say Community is my number one favorite comedy show. I forgot about that for a second, but Community is my favorite comedy of all time, and it's so different than Rick and Morty. It's hard for me to like Rick and Morty because I like Community so much. Like, there's such this element of cynicism and like Rick and Morty like wants to make fun of its audience for being invested in its characters, whereas Community like really celebrated the characters and it celebrated the relationship and it invited it. Yes, it mocked like, you know, the tropes of sitcoms, but at the same time, I think Community still invited you to care about the characters on there, where Rick and Morty is almost like it almost hates the genre that it's in. So yeah, I love Community. I can't wait for the movie. They're gonna make the movie. It's gonna be great. It'll probably suck, honestly, but who cares? We finally got the 6 seasons in a movie. Did The Many Saints disappoint you? Yes, but I don't think for the reason that most people don't like it. Like, I don't hate the Harold subplot. I just think it wasn't integrated well into the movie itself. But if you guys saw my rewrite video, you'll know that I didn't just erase the Harold subplot from the film. I just worked to integrate it more into the existing story of The Sopranos. But I don't think dealing with like the African American subplot of Newark is an inherently bad idea. I think that The Sopranos always dealt with like African American subplots. Like, I think it's an undercurrent of the show. I think it's important to David Chase. If you guys watch my David Chase video, where I did a video about his whole career, you'll know that he's been obsessed with the Newark riots, like since he was early on. Like, his first show, Almost Grown, dealt with the Newark riots too. Not Fade Away, his first film, has some tangential connection to the Newark riots. So I don't think that it's necessarily a bad idea, but it just wasn't integrated well, and Harold wasn't developed enough as a character to really carry that storyline. Let's see here. Good night, Kino. Had a blast. Thank you, J-Lo. Hashtag Sopranos 30. Yeah, see you in 5 years. Maybe in Sopranos 30 I'll finally be invited to one of these goddamn Sopranos events. Maybe by that point I'll be big enough. Do you subscribe to the theory that the show Lilyhammer takes place in Silvio's coma dream? Did you watch my video where I talked about that? I have a video where I talked about Lilyhammer and if it was Silvio's coma dream. Go watch that. Gotta go to bed. Happy 25 years. Okay, it seems like people are starting to get sleepy, so I know it's getting late on the East Coast too. I was hoping Mac would stop by, but he didn't. Cocksucker. So we'll probably wrap it up in the next like 5 minutes here. I've not seen The Shield. Yeah, if they do another Sopranos con, I better be fucking invited. Kino, fuck Kill Mary, Kim's daughter Amanda, Vito's Gumar, or Caitlin. Who's Kim's daughter Amanda? Oh, Asian Kim. Right? That's who you're talking about? Is her name Amanda? I actually don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, Amanda Kim. Who the fuck is Vito's Gumar? That one lady? Who was I think she was like Dominican, right? The one who was like you haven't fucked me in over a year. I barely remember her. Or Caitlin. Okay, I'll marry Kim's daughter Amanda. I'll fuck Caitlin because she is thick, and I'll kill Vito's Gumar because I barely remember her. Hey, John Graham's here, everyone. Oh fuck, I'm not quitting now. All right, I'm staying because John's here. John Graham. I was talking about you earlier, dude. I was saying how one of the coolest things about me being a content creator was I got to meet you and be an RB and the Chief. So yeah, Sopranos 25, everyone. I love this show so fucking much. Yeah, we have a lot. I mean, I still have over 100 people, which is way better than I do at most of my streams. So this is still fucking awesome. Let's see here. Oh, that you did see my video, Jim? Okay, that's good. Did you watch the Sopranos? Is that a porn parody of The Sopranos? Like Game of Bones? Oh my god, is that a real oh my god, that's a real thing, isn't it? I've never heard of that. The Sopranos. Alright, well I guess I know what I'm doing for April Fools this year. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. I would get the video if I put that as the title of the video, it would get demonetized. I actually have this year's April Fool's video. I know what I'm going to do. I'm not telling you guys yet. It's going to be a surprise, but I think you'll find it funny. Vito's niece that you only see at his funeral is a total babe. You mean Bobby's niece? I don't think we see Vito's niece at the funeral. Because they only have a small little funeral. I think you're talking about Bobby's niece. I know who you're talking about, though. Let's see here. The Wire greater than The Sopranos? I can't say that during the stream because this is the Sopranos 25 stream, but there are some days where I watch The Wire and I'm like, this might be the greatest show of all time. Like, I still will always put The Sopranos as number one, just because it is the more entertaining show than The Wire, but The Wire is really good. Like, it is neck and neck for me. I love The Wire. When are you gonna rewatch The Sopranos again? I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it again sometime. I mean, I watched it. I rewatched it recently. I made that video about rewatching it. And honestly, I don't really need to watch it again. I mean, I just rewatched Mad Men again because I had to get ready for my Mad Men retrospective. But yeah, who knows? I might watch Sopranos again. Kino, who in your opinion was Tony's best side chick? Valentina. He only has 3 side chicks in the show. You guys realize that? I mean, he fucks a lot of other women, like, one-offs. But he only has 3 Gumars in the show. He has Irina, he has Gloria, and he has Valentina. Svetlana's not really his Gumar. I mean, he bangs some strippers from time to time, but they're not really his side chicks. He only has 3. That's funny. If Tony is such a bad person, why is it so hard to dislike him? Well, he's relatable, one. Like, despite being a mobster, he has the same kind of problems that you and I have, right? He's unhappy with life. You know, his friends don't really understand him. He's depressed about modern society. And also, James Gandolfini had this very much, like, boyish quality about him. Like, you could see the little boy in his soul, which made it very easy to like him. Like, he's a child at heart. You see that whenever he's, like, kind of goofing around, which I liked a lot. Johnny Sack's anorexic daughter is the best girl on the show. That's the mother from How I Met Your Mother. That's, I always want to call her Alyssa Milano, but that's not her name. Tracy. Kristen Milotti. That's who it is. Yeah, she was on The Sopranos. Catherine Sacramone, yep. Get the Soprano logs, that's funny. Did you watch the previously unreleased deleted scenes? Yes, I did. We even watched one of them on stream, so you can go back and watch that later. Is the massage niece hotter than Adriana? No. Jimmy McNulty or Jimmy Altieri? Take a fucking guess, dude. Yeah, Eastern European women are always throwing themselves at Me Too. Do you get any comments from women on your videos thinking you're, well, I don't know if you show your face on your videos at all, Bully, but I get comments from time to time like that. Hey, Kino, just tapping in quick. Thanks for the content. Thank you, Hugh. I am not convinced that The Sopranos isn't a lost Dostoevsky work. Yeah, it could be. You could easily think of it as that, huh? It's got the same kind of quality. Shout out to Lady Gaga in the pool scene with AJ as an extra. Yeah, that's true. She was. Lady Gaga was on the show. Lin-Manuel Miranda had a cameo on the show. Then there was like the real celebrities like Jon Favreau, David Lee Roth, that hockey player guy, Frank Sinatra Jr., Nancy Sinatra. There's a lot of them like that. Would you eat at Satriali's? Not now. All those bodies they chop up there. No, getting a camera for it soon. Don't want to use my phone. I mean, I'm just using like a cheap old 1080p webcam. I think it cost me like 20-30 bucks. It's not that expensive, dude. Oh yeah, Sir Ben Kingsley. I don't I don't think that was Martin Scorsese though. In that, was that Martin Scorsese in in that episode? Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't him. I've looked at that scene before. I don't think that was him. I think it was someone who looked like him. Can you please play the opening? No, I would get the stream taken down. Have you done a Let's Play on the Sopranos game on stream? No, I've mentioned that many times on the stream already. Although I do have a video analyzing the story of Road to Respect, so you can check that out if you want to see my take on the story itself. Michael B. Jordan, although I wouldn't even, that's not really a cameo because he wasn't a celebrity then. He was just an actor. But yeah, Michael B. Jordan was the kid who chases Tony, the little kid version of Tony in Down Neck. The scene where Junior thinks he looks like Larry David. Yeah, that's a funny cross. That's not really a cameo because they were just playing a clip from Curb Your Enthusiasm, but yeah, there was that too. You guys want to just sing the theme song since I can't play it? Woke up this morning, got some gabagool. Oh yeah, Bodhi from The Wire and Omar. That's true. They were both on there. I mean, okay, then Will Arnett had a couple episodes where he played the husband of Deborah Cicerone. Who else? Who is that famous actress lady who Christopher punched? Lauren Bacall. Lauren Bacall had a cameo on the show. Buster was on. Tony Hale. I don't remember Tony Hale on The Sopranos at all. Is that true? Oh, geez, this is embarrassing. I reviewed every episode of The Sopranos. Oh, you're right. God, I didn't recognize him at all. He's the cancer tech. Wow, he was young. He did not look like himself at all there. God, I'm learning stuff every day. I didn't even recognize him. That one guy from The Office, Tony's doctor in The Coma Dream. Who was the doctor? Who was the doctor in that episode? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, Breaking Bad did get Bill Burr. It's a shame Bill Burr never was on Better Call Saul. I was waiting for that. Yeah, the black cop who got Tony gave Tony the ticket. Yeah, he's a big actor. They did the Seinfeld reunion on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and they referenced Kramer using the N-word. They did. Larry David is years ahead of you, dude. That was like 10 years ago. Yeah, Donkey's version is funny. No, dude, I pitched the Meadow Soprano spinoff. Meadow Soprano mob lawyer. I pitched that already. That's David Chase's new show he's working on. I wonder if that's still going on. Like, I have not heard any news about that. I should reach out to David Chase's agent. I have David Chase's agent's email address. Maybe I'll reach out and ask him if the show's still going on. Do you guys even remember that David Chase is working on a new show? I talked about it. Sidney Pollack, yeah, that was another actor on The Sopranos. It's a witness protection show, apparently, that David Chase is working on. I mean, no, dude. I paid for the email. Like, there's like IMDb Pro. You can look up agents' contact info on IMDb Pro. I've been trying to get Sopranos actors to be on my podcast, but none of them so far have agreed to do it. Well, except for that one, J. Allen Christensen, who I met in real life, by the way. I met that guy when I went to VidCon 2 years ago. But the only one who's responded so far is Skip Lipari. But he didn't. But he ghosted me. He said he was interested, and then he ghosted me. Hire Joe Canascoli to do cooking vids with you? Yeah, never. That's the one thing I refuse to do. I refuse to pay for cameos. Like, I don't know. For me, paying a Sopranos actor $100 or $200 to do my podcast is kind of like hiring a hooker. It's like, I don't want to pay for it. I want them to do it because they want to do it. I don't know if that's egotistical of me or not, but like, I want to get to the point where I'm big enough where they just want to do it for the publicity. So, no, I refuse to pay for them to do my podcast. Like, I refuse to hire them through Cameo to do my podcast. I can convince your audience I'm Michael Imperioli and it will work because I believe it. Okay. Just say a bunch of liberal stuff. Say how you refuse to allow bigots to watch your show. And then start talking about all the concerts you've seen. And they'll believe you're Michael Imperioli. Pitch an AJ Soprano spinoff. AJ's going to be in my Meadow Soprano spinoff. Yeah, I've looked up, I mean, most of the actors are on Cameo, but like I said, for me, it's this mental barrier that I don't want to cross. It's like, I don't feel like I earn that interview if I just hire them through Cameo. I haven't watched The White Lotus. It didn't appeal to me. AJ spinoff where he becomes a Twitch streamer. Yeah, that's what they would. Him and Meadow would probably have a podcast like they do in real life. Can you make grilled cheese on a radiator? I have a radiator right there, dude. I'm gonna make grilled cheese on it. I'll make a video about that. 10-day end with AJ working at Little Carmine's porn studio. He's making real movies at the end, but yeah, he works there. Kino, do you like GTA 3? This is gonna sound like heresy. I don't think I played GTA 3. I played GTA 4, and I played GTA 5, but I don't think I played 3 or San Andreas. I want to play them eventually. I thought about even making videos about them, like doing videos on like crime games like Grand Theft Auto or Mafia or stuff like that, but we'll have to see. There's always more videos to do. I have so many projects, it's like there's never enough time in the day to do all the projects I want to do. Meadow has a kid who's a TikTok gangster. Meadow would probably be one of those moms who does TikTok dances. I could see that. Cosette's behind the radiator. Yeah, she likes it back there. It's warm. Will you ever make more cooking with Kino? Yeah, I just said I would. Borko played GTA 3, Vice City, and 5, but never San Andreas or 4. That's funny, huh? You would think that Borko would play 4, because it's the East European criminal, right? Nico Bellic. That's funny. Have that Fed chick on your show and make her say Whippany. I would if I could, man. None of these actors are responding to me. Can you see a Sopranos cinematic universe? Oh yeah. The Many Saints. Meadow Soprano mob lawyer. Yeah, let's make a whole fucking franchise out of this shit. You the man, Kino. Oh, Couch Bum Kino. I recognize you. We got another Sopranos creator in the mix here. How's it going, man? You stole my fucking name. I'm gonna have to take you out. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I don't own Kino. Let's see here. Kino, have you seen The Wind That Shakes the Barley? No, I've not. I don't know what that is. AJ fronts a My Chemical Romance cover band. I don't think AJ was into like My Chemical Romance. He was into like Pantera and like Slayer and shit. Does your dog ever crawl under there for warmth? Like she's sitting right by that radiator because she likes the heat. Maybe you can get the oh shit guy. Yeah, maybe. Go on the Sopranos tour in Newark. I don't want to hang out with Vito. Joe Ganiscoli seems like a scumbag. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to judge people, but, like, he just seems like such a scumbag. You know my channel? Hell yeah, I know your channel, dude. I will say this. I don't watch other Sopranos videos, but I pay attention to who's out there. I don't like watching them just because it's just too close to what I do. So I don't watch other people's Sopranos analysis or stuff like that, but I'm aware when people make them. To an extent. I don't know everyone, obviously, in the game, but yeah, I know you've done some analyzing the transitions, I think, in The Sopranos, or the weird edits, which I talked about that in some of my videos too. Yeah, strangest edits in The Sopranos. I saw that before. But I was talking earlier about the Sopranos community we have here on YouTube, where it's like there's a lot of great creators out there making Sopranos. It's not, I mean, not a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. There's a very few content creators making Sopranos content out there, but the community though is so like friendly and it's so open that I really like it. It's my favorite. The Sopranos, I've said it before, is my favorite community of all time. Do you think Chris's daughter ended up at the Bing? No, of course not. Yeah, he wore a AJ wore a Slipknot shirt. Yeah, he was more into like heavy metal, heavy rock type shit. I don't think he was into My Chemical Romance. Maybe when he broke up with Blanca and he was depressed, maybe he was into My Chemical Romance then. Love your videos, Kino. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Jamal Ginsburg. What do you think Furio did to the French dude? Beat his ass until he paid his debt. Of course. Do you watch the YouTube Sopranos videos? No, I don't like YouTube poop. Like, I mean, like way back when I was a kid, I thought it was kind of funny, but yeah, no, I've grown out of that. I don't. There's funnier edits out there than YouTube poop. Kino, you said before that if you were a Sopranos character, you would have been the Florida Hitman. I think actually you would have been the guy that took the stockbroker's exam for Christopher. Oh yeah? Why do you think why that character in particular do you think I'd be that character? Like, I wonder what phenotypical thing makes you think that I would be that character out of all of them, huh? Oh, man. I'm just kidding, dude. It's just a joke. Did you answer this before, but did Tony die? Yes, of course. Kino, let's go. Love the content, brother. Thank you, Michael Collins. I had a dream last night that Tony, Paulie, and I were sitting outside a fancy restaurant, and Tony was being a major douchebag to Paulie, and I yelled at him. Oh, don't do that, brother. Don't yell at Tony. You'll live to regret it. Do you think Carmela ended up marrying another rich mobster? No, not a mobster. Definitely not after the experience with Tony. But I bet she married some kind of relatively affluent type guy to take care of her. Yeah, I think so. Probably someone like Wegler or something. I mean, not literally Wegler, but someone like that. Someone educated, probably a little bit more wimpy, a little bit more beta. But yeah, I could see she definitely got remarried. You should do another Soprano log, just more in depth. No, I should not. That would not be a good idea. Oh, you were watching College? That's a good episode, man. That episode made my channel. Do you think Melfi ever regretted quitting Tony? Maybe after she read that he got killed. I bet she probably feels bad. I bet she probably wonders if she had stayed in therapy with him, would that have happened? What would have been Tony's pronouns in 2024? It would be the X, the X one where it's like XIR. I don't even know how you pronounce that one, but yeah, it would be that one. Let's see here. Kino, do you think The Many Saints of Newark would have been better if it was a limited series? Probably. Everything would probably be better if it was a limited series. How much scroll do you make per video? Don't worry about it. Enough that you'll be taken care of in perpetuity. But you don't need to know my finances. Has anyone ever thrown a London broil at you? No. I don't date crazy women. I told you guys that when in the waifu video. I don't mess around with no crazy women. Kino, The Sopranos ended in '07, yet it continues to grow in each generation. How long do you think it'll continue? Oh, for years. 4 years it will continue to grow. That's the staying power of something as quality as The Sopranos. All right, we're gonna wrap things up here, guys. My wife's texting me. She just stole 40 grand from the bird feeder. I gotta go take care of it. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, and thank you all for being here. One more time before we go. Can I get a hashtag Sopranos25 from everyone? Can we do one more of those? I'll even join in on the mix this time. Hashtag Sopranos25. Let's have one more cheers tonight, guys, to the 25th anniversary of the greatest show that's ever made. Thank you all for being here. This has been awesome. One of the best streams I've ever done. I'm so glad I got to celebrate this occasion with you all. It was amazing. Here's to another 25 fucking years of Sopranos stuff. You guys take care. I will be live again Monday, Martin Luther King Day, this upcoming Monday. Thank you all for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night, everyone.